Listen, it is about to go down. I am heated. Dolphins fans heated. I've got problems with this team, with the quarterback, with the coach, I get it, with the excuses from the fan base. That's where I've got the problems. And we're going to get all into it. Hit the like button on your way in, everybody. This is the Fins Tailgate.
Turner Yell makes the stop in the secondary for Denver. 1st and 10. The fake. Good block in there, and down it goes. Caught at the 30. This is the dynamic Hill. He's in for six. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown. What a block.
Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand, and damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower, scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder, and all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it.
What is happening, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Fins Tailgate with your host, El Capitan. And tonight, didn't do a post-game show last night. Actually went over to Finside the NFL, hung out with Reason and EM, and Mr. Ballgame was there. Rhino popped up, and Lou, the homie, was there as well. And fair conversation, pissed off Dolphins fans. And the finger of blame goes around. And it's pointing at the right people right now. Because I'm sorry, if you're too stupid to not point the finger of blame where it belongs, and you're going to bring up dumbass excuses, this message is for you. This show is for you. Because I'm sick of this. I'm sick of this. I'm sick, bro. I'm turned up. I'm not happy. Not happy. And we're going to get all into it. Hit the like button on the way in, everybody. Make sure to subscribe if you're new. Welcome to the Fins Tailgate. Tons of subscribers the last couple of weeks. Appreciate everybody coming through. Dude, we're going to hit 6,000 here directly. But that don't mean we changing. We keeping it 100 around here. I'm going to turn up to 1,000 when I feel like it, and I don't care about what comes out of my mouth. You're going to clip it. You're going to hold me accountable to and on. Fuck you, bro. You ain't doing shit, dog. You can't do shit to me. You can't stop me. You can't stop this. We just passed 2 years. We about to hit 6,000. We coming. You can't get in this way. You can't. So get with the program or get got, bitch. Fuck out of here. I got Shake and Lou in the back. Bring the boys up. Lou, Shake.
What's good? What's good?
Bro.
What's going on, everybody?
I'm tense, boys. I'm fucking tense. I'm tense. I don't like. You know what I don't like the most?
What's that?
Is this section of this fan base. You got a little bit of echo, Lou. This section of this fan base, right? That will lay down in oncoming traffic to keep honor onto his name. They'll go, in the same breath, they'll go, Tua had his worst game, but let's not act like we haven't seen him win big games, even going back to Alabama. If I gotta fucking hear about Alabama Tua one more time, somebody getting popped. Somebody gonna get their wig split, dude. I am so fucking sick of hearing about what Tua did 6 fucking years ago in college. This is 4 years in the NFL now, bro. 4 years. The only difference I can see, outside of some health things, which are good, that he's gotten better at, and outside of, being more consummate professional, I'm still seeing the same kind of exploitation of his weaknesses by opposing teams. And now people are ready to just, bro, they are ready to throw Mike McDaniel's ass on the hot seat, which he could deserve. But that ain't why they're doing it. They're doing it to protect their baby boy. That's what they're doing.
Shit.
Coming out.
Yeah, it's definitely coming out. And I'll start off where you kind of hit, Cap. Let's go back to, because the narrative of Tua at Alabama. Bro, Tua didn't win no national championship when he was the starter in college. When he was the guy at Alabama,
What
bro,
big
he didn't
games
win.
did he win? What big games did he win?
He did it. Bro, he did it. This narrative that goes around, well, we need Alabama Tua. Bro, he came in a national championship game, Cap, in college, right? In a season where he didn't throw one fucking pass. There was no film on him. He came in, he threw 4 passes, and yes, they won the game. But there's a bunch of guys that started and ended seasons at Alabama, Cap, that led their teams to national championship. And the 2
Beat
years
the best of the best in the bowl games. Win Heisman trophies. And guess what?
Bro.
You know what a lot of those Alabama quarterbacks have in common? They come into the NFL and they're duds, dog. They're duds. Now, I'm not saying that.
Mac Jones,
but
yep.
Fucking duds. Dud. Fucking
and I tell you what, the most impressive championship was Mac Jones, because in 2020, every team he played was SEC, a powerhouse. He didn't play any weak, power. It was all Power 5 conference teams, all SEC teams in 2020. Went undefeated and won a national championship that year. That was
Absolutely, Shake. I mean, look at the numbers that Mac Jones put up. And again, Jalen Hurts started and finished a season where he won a national championship. So the guy that before Tua won a championship while he was the starter, and the guy after Tua started a season after Tua, and he won a national championship. The only one that started 2 years that didn't win was Tua. So this narrative that, we need Alabama Tua, no, we don't.
No, I need NFL franchise quarterback Tua. That's who I need. You know what I've seen this team do in the past 3 years, even during the Flores, is draft and try to give Tua Alabama. They got rid of Flores, and fuck Flores. Great defense, couldn't get the offense working. And let's call it what it is. He was laying his eggs in the basket for Fitzpatrick, and not that we didn't like Fitzpatrick, but you kind of fucked up when you know the top first round pick comes in the building and you're gonna fucking out. You should have figured something out, Flores, but you fucked yourself. You're an idiot. I don't know what to say. Dolphins go and get McDaniel. Tailor-made offense. This offense is tailor-made. Do you know what that means? That means it has no loose, no tight. It fits you perfectly. And when that perfect tailor-made offense has any wrinkles put into it, that's when Tua's supposed to fucking step up. That's when he's supposed to show it. When other teams are stopping you, make some plays. And yes, I get it. He made some fucking plays. Oh my God, if I got to hear about the fucking Arizona game again, I get it. That was a completely different scheme and everything. Everything's gone. Nothing about that game and that offense we'll ever see again unless we fire this coach, which is what these motherfuckers want to do. They're getting ready to freaking serve up Mike McDaniel, which to me tells me he's a tailor maker of offenses. He could tailor make the offense to anyone. I'm not saying get rid of Tua. I'm saying Tua needs to step up. Not saying Mike McDaniel is free of judgment either. That he ain't got his fucking things to work on. We're going to get on his ass here soon too. But people, oh man, I can't take it. These fans Everything, all the criticism Tua is receiving, he is deserving of. This defense fuck Lou, not just this game, and say what you will about what happened to the Ravens, the defense didn't hold half of the blame in that game. Sorry, you could say it's a team loss. Defense doesn't hold 50% of that loss. Offense holds 51%. They were the most to blame in that game. And if you don't want to hear that, you're a fucking dumb fuck. I don't know what to tell you. You don't know football. You don't know how to watch it. You don't know how to inspect it. You don't understand defensively. You understand guy with ball throws ball or hands ball to other guy, and that's how it scores. You're simple. You're a Bills fan. I got to deal with these dumbass Bills fans strolling around now. They're all in fucking special ed. They're all half slow, and they're, Dolphins, duh. I got to listen to this shit. I got to listen to these fucking idiots now because of what the Dolphins did, what the offense couldn't do. I'm fucking ready, boys. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready, boys. Don't tell me injuries. Oh, my God, if I could hear fucking injuries again. The defense is losing its best players every week, and performing as good against the best teams. The best teams. Where the fuck's my offense?
That's a fact.
Where the fuck is my offense? What was it, 37 yards of offense in the second half? Dude, I could beat them. Oh my fucking God. Oh, God. I could fucking fight a motherfucker right now with that piss poor performance, with those kind of fucking weak ass. When like the Bills were cooking shit. You just couldn't complete a pass. And you know what? Listen. Probably won't be a lot of game film coming out, and they won't point this shit out. But I can distinctly remember incomplete passes where the defense has loaded the box on early downs in those drives. That all went 3 and out in the second half. They played the run. The right play call was the pass. Now, whether you want to say it was the wrong pass design and Tua threw it into double coverage, that's where Tua has to get better. He's got to say, oh, this guy plays designed for Cedric Wilson on a double move inside. He's got bracketed coverage, got a linebacker in front of him, and he's right in front of him, and he's got a fucking safety coming down. The slot guy dropped off, and he went this way, who was up there doing it. That means this. Go to this guy. I see too many plays where there's a guy in the flat looking. There's somebody there. The play call for a pass was proper to call when they're defending the run. You gotta hit it, dog.
Well, I got screenshots, Cap. And what's funny to me about this fan base, right, is they'll tell you that they need to run the ball. And that's fine. That could have been one of the cases. I'm not going to disagree in the fact yesterday, Cap, we could have ran the ball. I mean, running the ball 4 times in the second half,
when you throw on first down, you put yourself in a bad situation when you incomplete it for sure.
Absolutely, right? But this narrative, right, where people want to tell us that it's a bad job by Coach McDaniel. And again, we're going to get to him later. We're not going to absolve him. But this narrative,
let me interrupt you real quick. You want to know why people are saying bad job by Mike McDaniel? Because they don't want to say the quiet part out loud. Tua couldn't complete a fucking pass. And McDaniel should have saved his fucking ass and ran the ball. That's what they won't say. That's the fucking truth. That's why they're mad, because McDaniel could have saved his little booty hole rather than giving him the moment to shine, to destroy the narrative. And you know what? I'm about that. Like, I agree. That's where Mike McDaniel, you don't know the limitations of your quarterback. You're thinking too highly of him. And you know what? I've been victim of it too. I've been thinking a little too highly of Tua as well. So have you, Lou. So have you, Crypto. You as well, Shake. You as all of us in this fan base that are on the Tua Tagovailoa ride, because it's for better or for worse, it seems to be the future. Now, I'm sorry, though. Hard, tough, sad conversations are going to happen, and I don't know how people are going to handle it. They come out and get worked on offense. I don't care about the fucking score, what the defense does. I don't care. I don't give a fuck if the defense can't stop them and we lose. But if that fucking offense can't put up some fucking numbers, you don't want that. You don't want it. You don't want it. I'm sorry, Lou. Continue.
Well, no, I was just saying the narrative of Mike McDaniel only calls, because I heard people today say, well, it's only a select few plays that we run, right? And it just seems like everything's over the middle. Everything has to be between 15 to 20 yards. That's what they're trying to accomplish. No, I think that's what Tua's trying to accomplish. Because the screenshots that I got, and I got multiple, is on the final drive, and a lot of them are in the second half. Bro, there's crossing routes, to your point, Cap. There's guys in the flat wide open. There's guys like Braxton Berrios and Cedric Wilson Jr. and River Craycraft and Chase Claypool. I got all of them. And they're right underneath between maybe 5 to 7 yards, and they're all crossing routes with not a defender in sight. So this narrative, what Buffalo did to us yesterday, that's, I mean, okay,
Buffalo didn't do shit, dog. Bro, that literally caught a lucky touchdown pass. Literally got a batted ball in the air, caught it. Listen, great play by Sherfield. Toes dragged and everything. Great heads up play by him. But let's call it a luck shot at best, bro. Defense held them to 2 touchdowns with 2 fucking pass rushers left on their fucking roster. I saw Zach Sealer and Christian Wilkins line up as the defensive end for at least 20 snaps between the two of them in that fucking game. Jerome Baker, who broke his fucking wrist in the game, had a big stop. Are you fucking kidding me? Defense played their hearts, literally life and fucking limb on the defense. We lost Van Ginkel and Jerome Baker, life on the fuck, and Cameron Good on the limb. What the fuck did the offense do? You want to know what the offense really did do? Man, bro, they had great pass protection against that Bills team, who typically has so much disruption. Tua's getting injured in Bills games. Tua had he could have had a goddamn picnic back there sometime. I'm looking around, he could have danced around like a little fucking ballerina in that bitch. The fuck are we talking about? And then these assholes in the fan base are going to go, how many combinations on the offensive line have we had? It's the most in the end. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You know how stupid you sound when you say combinations of the offensive line? Tua's overcoming it all. I seen a clean goddamn pocket against the Bills, you dumb fuck. Damn. Told you I was going off tonight. You know what? It's getting hot, dude. Fucking getting hot. Fucking bullshit.
Well, I was just coming from the perspective.
Take it off, Phil Cap. Take it off, goddammit. Take it off. Take it off.
I'm fucking pissed.
I was just coming from the perspective, because I see a couple Bills guys in the chat, right? And
fuck those dumb fucking Bills fans, dude. Y'all didn't win shit.
What these fucking guys will tell you is, our defense, the Bills defense really did a number on the Miami Dolphin offense, specifically the quarterback really did a number on the Miami Dolphin offense. You see what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's people running wide open.
You want to know the narrative? You want to know the narrative, Lou? The Dolphins down to their 2 pass rushers, right? This is what the narrative should have been in a win. The Dolphins defense down 2 pass rushers, down to their last 2 pass rushers, with Jerome Baker playing injured, coming off injury and injuring something else, and stayed on the fucking field. That's the facts. And then Christian Wilkins having the best game of his career, beat the shit out of the Bills' offense, high-powered offense, that their run game, that fucking quarterback, even when Josh Allen went off, it was too little, because the Dolphins did what needed to be done and beat the Bills. But that ain't what happened. What happened is we get the collapse of fucking collapses in the passing game on offense in the second half.
Yeah. That was epic.
Oh, man.
That was an epic storybook finish that we had. In the wrong direction, I mean, as far as epic. It's crazy.
Look at Pete. Look at Pete. Is it now safe to talk about Skylar Thompson? Shut the fuck up, Pete.
No,
Shut the
Skylar
fuck
Thompson.
up.
No, because Skylar Thompson is fucking trash.
I'll tell you what, Pete. We'll start talking.
Hold on, Shake.
Not
in this organization, Pete. Never.
We'll start talking about Skylar Thompson again when he can take the job from Mike fucking White, Pete.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we'll talk about that.
Then we'll talk about it.
And
we can talk about Mike White.
I agree with you, Crypto.
We can't talk about Skylar.
Listen, the Dolphins did have a storybook ending. Unfortunately, the story name was Titanic.
Damn, dude. Damn.
Yeah, that's a good point there. Yeah, the name of it was Titanic. It was 1912. That was the story.
I mean, listen, guys. The Bills won a game they should have lost and could have, would have, lost, and deserved to lose as well. The Dolphins offense gifted them the win in our house on prime time in an embarrassing way. It's bullshit, dude.
I would agree.
It's bullshit.
I would agree. I don't
better.
think Buffalo did anything yesterday that shows me that they're legitimate Super Bowl contenders.
They ain't showed nothing Super Bowl contention the last 3 weeks, bro.
Well, let's be honest. They haven't showed nothing about being Super Bowl contenders since their existence. But, I would agree with you. I mean, I'm just coming from a yesterday perspective. They didn't – I mean, again, if you're going to be real, Miami beat themselves. Buffalo did nothing. Nothing defensively and nothing offensively. And I know people will come out and say, well, Josh Allen had 344 yards, and yards don't win you games. It's points. And offensively, again, if we're going to criticize Tua, which is well-deserved, Josh Allen, that is the superstar, his offense scored 14 points.
Josh Allen did. Listen, he had a couple of nice runs and a couple of decent passes. But I saw Josh Allen doing exactly what I thought would happen. Throwing the game away, being a dumbass.
Facts. Exactly.
That's what I saw. I saw them doing it. We had them.
And do you forget that last year when we won at Hard Rock, they had 500 yards as well?
Yeah, I don't care about the stats.
Yeah, that was the biggest outpoint performance they've had. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We don't care about the stats. It's about the points, like you said.
Just empty calories.
And here's the deal, right? I don't mean to belittle accomplishments, okay? Because there's going to be talk after however the outcome of the Dolphins season goes, whether the Dolphins go and lose in a respectable fashion, get fucking obliterated by the Chiefs, or go in there and beat the Chiefs in a close game, or obliterate the Chiefs and move on. However the season will end, right? And we'll have context more on this other playoff game. Because, look, feelings change. There's still time for redemption, right? But
it's just we're going into an unknown.
Well, fucking right. But, if it's another performance like this 3 weeks in a row from the offense and Tua in the passing game and whatever Mike McDaniel's play calling you want to blame on all that too, he has stuff to do in there. Tyreek Hill dropping footballs, all that shit, right? The narrative after Dolphins fans cool down, we're talking right around the draft part, the hype will begin. And then they'll prop up the number one in yards, number one in this, da-da-da-da-da. Everybody gets all fucking starry-eyed. Now, I'm not saying these aren't things that you should be proud of or anything like that, but let's not forget, dude, to fix problems. When you look at all the good shit you got, you're not paying attention to your house fucking rotten and about ready to fucking into a sinkhole. You could look at all your nice furniture and your cool decor, but you ain't fixed that driveway, and it's been fucking leaking water underneath here for 8 months now, and this house is gonna fall in that bitch. Gonna fall in it, but your dumbass is over here. Look at all my nice shit. I'm number one in passing. Fucking dumbasses. Wake the fuck up, Dolphin fans. The time is now. We got a team. Yeah? Is it a perfect team? No. The only Dolphins were the perfect team in 72. Ain't nobody going to be perfect. There's going to be shit to criticize, and they going to get the criticism because you demand perfection. You demand perfection. And all this, ooh la la, my participation with your fucking dumbass pom-poms, I want to body you fucking idiots. You're the reason we don't win because your fucking bubbly positivity bullshit is fine when it's time to do that. But when it's time to be real and point out that there's a fucking sinkhole in your living room, wake up, dumbass. Fuck, bro.
Shit.
Telling you, Lou.
Shit.
Hey, El
Fucking
Cap.
coming for it, dog.
You want to know what's
It's
the
on.
quiet elephant? You don't want to know what's the quiet elephant in the room?
Tell me.
You know, they go googly-eyed about Tua being number one in passing yardage, right? And being maybe top 10 or top 5 in other categories. But, you know, last year, he finished number one in more categories than he did this year. And he finished, as far as his QBR versus QB rating, he dropped 9 slots from number one last year to number 10 in total QBR.
You know what?
But they'll harp on the yardage because he finally finished a complete full season. He finished all 17 games. So he had all that to go along with last year versus last year. But his QB to touchdowns to turnover ratio is better last year than this year. So technically, by definition, Tua has regressed this year based on last year's performance.
And projections of what he would have played last year had he played all games.
Exactly.
That's a good point. But you know what, too? And I hate to do this, but I'm sorry, Dolphins fans, and I'm going to give ammo to the enemy, and I don't like doing it, but y'all need the fucking wake-up call.
Okay? Oh, shit.
Y'all need the wake-up call. Tua's number one in all these good stats. Great accomplishment. How many fucking teams have injuries at quarterback? How many teams in the NFL had their quarterback all season? There's maybe 7 teams that have had their quarterback all season.
How many
teams in the fucking playoffs right now?
Out of the AFC team playoff teams.
I think they said there was only 9 starting quarterbacks that played the whole season.
Yep, I knew it was in 7 or 9.
Yeah, 7 or 9. But as far as the AFC participants, only 3 of the 7, I think, played all 17 games.
So just calling it like it is. Not saying that it would be any different if everybody played, but it could have been. And so I'm not saying it's a fugazi fucking accomplishment either. But I will say that it's kind of fugazi in the fact that the Dolphins' offense, fucking yards or attempts or whatever, putting points in the end zone, and the last all against all of the opponents that are considered to be good. We're talking about even the game they won against Dallas, both Buffalo games, the fucking KC game, all this shit. The Dolphins' offense has scored somewhere in the realm of around 17 points per game. 17 points. Remember that. So all those yards, all those fucking whatever don't count for shit. They don't.
Well, remember, Cap, one of the things I said last night on the show was, yeah, numbers are cool, but numbers aren't cool. Right? Like, you can feed me, and this has been the basis of a lot of arguments I've had in the past couple of months. Yeah, numbers are cute, but numbers can be deceiving because Cap can feel one way about a number and show me the numbers to support his narrative, but then I can turn around and use numbers to support my narrative. So it's really what your eyes show you, what the film shows you, what the, when you're watching the game. And
listen, if I took numbers, if I took numbers, I bet you if I took the fucking Bengals quarterback Browning and projected him in a full season, He'd be fucking top 5 quarterback in the NFL. But is Browning a fucking top 5 quarterback in the NFL? Is he? I don't know. The guy's pretty good. But to sit here and make claims that, well, if he's playing every single game, I'll tell you that fucking dummy. You sound like a fucking idiot, bro. You number people are showing your inability of creative thinking by just taking what some other dumb fuck read on Facebook or Twitter that some nerd typed out because he's got a fucking agenda, and you're going to read it and parrot it out, and you sound like a fucking idiot. Never played football, just watch it, sitting there fucking putting ho-hos and fucking Doritos down your throat, and you're a fucking expert because you read a number on fucking X? You're a stupid bitch, bro. Shut the fuck up. You ain't worth your fuck. Listen, not that I don't like people to talk. I want people to talk. But don't act like you're smart. Don't. You sound so dumb. I can say numbers really quickly.
Hey, listen, Capitan, but they also play Madden, though. You gotta remember, they play Madden.
Oh, fuck, that's right, Madden. I never think of Madden because I ain't played video games in 20 years because I ain't some dumb fuck that ain't got no fucking life. First of all, before I had a family of kids, I was out partying, banging your bitch, dog. Fuck you. Fucking bitch, get the fuck up out of here. Yeah. Fuck up out of here, boy. Living that life. I ain't out here playing football, watching football, knowing football.
Ain't finna start taking some names, goddammit.
Fucking get yourself some, son. Come get it, dog. You can't do it. There ain't shit you could do. Nothing. I'll body a motherfucker. Come try me. You ain't got shit, dog. None of it. Fucking bitch, dude. Fuck out of here. I got numbers. I read on PFF. Fucking dumbass. Stupid fuck.
Right.
Yeah. Damn.
Fucking dumb, bro.
This is crazy. Storybook.
Who put that? Who put that in there? Do a poll. Who played football?
Raphael's on the book.
Fucking rap, dude.
The problem I see though, right, is where again, and this is kind of what we were talking about last night, Kat. Where do we go from here?
Taking names and kicking ass, Lou. That's what I'm ready for. It's pitchforks and fucking torches, crypto. I'm ready to run some bitches up out of here. Because as long as you cuck fucks are going to talk about Alabama Tua and the offensive line combinations, we ain't going to never have fucking good games won in prime time, you dumb fuck.
Yeah. Offensive line combinations is a rite of passage for this league. You're going to have them at some point of the season.
You know what the offensive line combinations tell me? Wow. What fucking depth and endurance by this offense. The fucking Butch Berry, fucking dude's a legend. Legend around here. In the fucking past decade, 25, whatever, how many years it's been, fucking generation. Been looking for a Butch Berry, damn it. Don't talk to me about offensive line combinations when I got Lester fucking Cotton out here setting blocks in the second level, you dumb fuck.
Listen, I only have one fear about Butch Berry. There's going to be a video this summer of him doing coke or something like that.
Oh, goddamn, Shay. God. Butch Berry caught at Motel 8. Not Motel 6, Motel 8. In Lauderdale with a bunch of big bitches and a fucking knot of cocaine. Fuck.
Well, I'm starting to notice there, and again, I know one specific person you're talking about, and there's a few others as well. But there's a lot more people in this community I've seen willing to kind of come off of Tua, and I'm talking about staunch Tuaneers, right? Like guys that would make every excuse for him before. They're not so willing to do it now. I see a lot more of that in the community. Like people are ready. I don't want to say move off, but
they're getting close to that line.
Before you couldn't even criticize them, and now all of a sudden the tides had turned, and there's a lot more
You can
people
actually criticize
criticizing.
them. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're allowing you to go ahead and say your, you know what I'm saying? Say your take about
Fuck
them
all that.
and
They
whatever light you
allowing.
want
That's my
without any
problem,
pushback.
Crypto. Hold on,
Yeah.
Crypto said it. They allowing you to fuck. That's my problem, Crypto. Allowing me. Allowing anybody. Who the fuck? I'll be the motherfucker who allows shit. How about that? You ain't allowing nothing around here. This allowing Tua to get his. No, you know what they're doing?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they're really doing? They're sitting with their fingers up their assholes waiting for the offseason, because if it implodes, they're going to come out, receipts, with their fucking their gaslighting and their fucking their cancel culture bullshit, trying to act like they're going to fucking do something. Ain't doing shit. Bunch of fucks, bro. I'm sick of it, dude. I'm sick of it. Lou. You know what I'm talking about, Lou. These motherfuckers are sitting with their fingers up their ass, eating a lollipop, waiting for the offseason to pull out their fucking numbers and their offensive line combinations to start mounting the excuse campaign. You fucking fucks. You are fucking up this fucking franchise, you dumb sons of bitches. All of you. Go join the Bills fans with the rest of the cucked idiots around there, you dumbasses. What the fuck? How'd this happen to us, boys? How'd this fucking happen to us, boys?
I would listen. I see. Right. What I don't like is what people are saying now, and what Cap is doing up here. He's expressing himself and staying 10 toes down. I can always respect someone that stands 10 toes down. What I don't respect, right, is people that feel a certain way, but to keep the positive vibes, I guess, in the community, they'll lie to people instead of staying 10 toes down. And I see one of our good buddies here, right, in the chat. Finn's take was CB83.
Oh,
Who's
yeah.
that?
Oh, my God.
I don't know who that is.
Who's
that?
This is, I guess, the TD Finn's Talk, show, I guess. I guess we're being like, I would really like to know, and I'm not asking CB to come on the panel, right? I don't want CB to come up on the panel, but I would love CB's thoughts in the chat of what he thought, because, again, CB is one of these guys, I guess we're wolf packing up here to use CB's words. But CB, again, I heard Cat last night because he was up on a panel with me. I know what Shake. I talked to Shake. I talked to Crypto today. CB, you've been nowhere to be found, bro. So why don't you, in the chat, CB, since I guess you have a problem with what everybody's saying, give us your thoughts, CB. And I need 10 toes down, CB.
I'm on 10 toes down.
What were your thoughts, CB, of what you seen from our offense, and specifically Tua Tagovialoa last night, CB?
By the way,
where's this energy last night? Y'all were
what's CB?
Here, you want to know why I was cordial?
No, we weren't.
Because I was in fucking shock, bro. I was in shock. And you know what I found? The lie already beginning. I found people
Hang on, you guys, I got called
already with the spin narrative, and we're throwing fucking Mike McDaniel under the bus again. And I don't know how many times I got to say it. I'm not saying he doesn't deserve blame. I'm not saying Tyreek Hill don't deserve blame. There's blame to go around all over the place. I'm saying for those who have their agendas to protect Tua from the fucking inferno he deserves, you are fucking this fan base up by just laying down, spreading your butt cheeks and saying, more please, sir, to whatever the Dolphins want to puff piece fucking fill you up with bullshit to spike ticket sales and sell out the stadium. Come on, man. What the fuck? We're talking about the system, you dumbasses. We're talking about the real shit. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good, Cap. I'm sorry I was cutting you off. And what CB's trying to do is, trying to create conflict, right? No one was doing fluff last night on whatever panel we were on, right? That Dolphin After Dark on. Shout out to Reason and Finside. That was a great show. I
shout out to the homies. Shout out. It was a good show. I had a fun time. It was a great show. Everybody was turned.
But again, CB's asking for where was this energy. CB must have been sleeping in his little Dolphin pajamas, right? because nobody was bringing fluff up there last night.
No.
We were telling you what it was. We were placing blame on all aspects. But again, I haven't seen CB. I'm asking for CB because again, I'm trying to be cordial, right? Because what I don't like is stand 10 toes down.
I can give him the link, bro.
No. I don't want CB up here because again,
he don't want to come up
what,
here and get fucking just ragdolled all over this shit. CB, it is not today. You ain't getting nice Capitan gonna fucking pull punches and not embarrass you on this panel right now, dog. If you're gonna come up here talking some nonsense about O-line combinations or try to bring up Tyreek Hill, that to me is just the shielding of Tua. I'm just talking about that because that's what I'm seeing happen. Everyone's ready to fucking dude. You know how many people you hear today talk about Tyreek Hill's overpaid? Tyreek Hill is they're ready to fucking ship this man up out of here. The MVP, the best goddamn wide receiver in the league. Granted, $30 million's a lot, and we need to listen. Homeboys he got to make them fucking catches, but that ain't why they're doing it. That's not what they're saying. They're fucking using any narrative that they can grasp upon to fucking shield Tua from the flames he deserves.
Well, what I'm hearing though, see, and again, I say I'm trying to be cordial, right? But I don't like to make myself look like a liar. And Q's in here talking about let him speak for himself. That's what I'm asking for, Q, because I got information. I know how CB really feels. And if CB wants to, again, let's stand 10 toes down, right? CB, this is your chance, homie. I need 10 toes. Don't come over here trying to troll and trying to placate to your fans. Be real, get 10 toes, and tell us how you felt about Tua Tagovailoa's comment.
Look at this is what CB says. Tua wet the bed last night, folded like a cheap lawn chair. Mike McDaniel has to run the ball more than 4 times, and Tyreek has to make plays. Pretty objective, CB. Got you. But here you are diving in front of my bullets, for lack of a better term, because you, like others, have agendas. All y'all want to be on the Tua Tagovailoa bandwagon while I'm busy telling we're on the Miami Dolphins bandwagon. You fucks. You are setting us up for failure. Because guess what? You guys are billing, selling, and fucking championing the ideology that when and if we do sign Tua to an extension, that every fucking year we're gonna baby him like we did every other fucking quarterback that didn't fucking work out. I ain't having that shit no more, bro. That's why this channel's here. I ain't letting it happen no more. We ain't letting it happen no more. We on the right. I mean, fuck, bro. I didn't say get rid of Tua. You can't find one time in this entire video where my answer is to get rid of his ass. Please go to Thompson. That's some dumb shit too. It's been objective, but y'all got God, I'm blanking on here. I'm so fucking pissed. You all got agendas to be on this Tua train because y'all want to surf on a fucking loser deal or winner deal. Maybe it's a winner deal and hey, bully you. But fucking you're willing and able and facilitating surfing on a loser wave. For what? To be cooked 4 more years? The fuck?
Again, this is the only reason I'm going like this with CB, right, is because CB has a platform and CB always tries to play both sides of the fence. And again, when you're in the know, you're in the know. CB, again, you stood on business. I guess the first answer, you threw Mike McDaniel, whatever, you cool. CB, do you believe Tua Tagovailoa is the guy moving forward? Do you believe that Tua Tagovailoa is the guy? That's what I need.
Well, I know what. By the way you frame that question, Lou, I feel like you have a certain answer you're looking for, and I think I know what it is. So if CB says anything other than that, he's doing the game, dog. He's playing the game. Again.
Well, there you go. He's playing the game. We'll know after the game. We'll know after the game. No.
I know after a game I just seen. I know a lot of shit. I know because I seen it the last couple of weeks out of the offense, out of the passing game. Been seeing it in all the big games, as a matter of fact. And what? I got to wait to have this conversation with Dolphins fans because maybe they go and win in Kansas City, then get their asses waxed by whoever's next. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking? Have the conversation. If Tua goes out, balls out for 300 yards and 3 touchdowns, I'll be like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. That's the shit I need to see. That's what you're going to hear from me. Not, well, just wait till next week because Tua's going to fail again. That ain't the shit you get. You get 100 all the time. But not from you people. Not from everyone else. They're, well, fucking dumb. I mean, just like, let me find a way where I can be the biggest cook in the fan base because I want to look like a cool guy because I'm projecting in years and time that the offensive line combinations are going to change. And Tua's going to get able to be a spot thrower, which he's not. But he's like, shut the fuck up, bro. Shut the fuck up. God damn. This is some dumb shit. Call it how it is. Objectivity. Or not. But stand 10 toes down, Lou. Fuck.
That's all I'm asking for, Kat. Listen, again, I'm not even paying attention to anybody else in the chat. I'm sorry. I don't mean that with no disrespect. I'm just talking about CB83. I think it's hilarious, but again, I'm not gonna put the homie out on full blast. But again, if that's how you want to move in the community and again, placate to people because you're scared of what people might say or think of you, then that's cool. But I know the truth. Let's say that.
Let's call it for what it is.
It's crazy.
Let's call it for what it is, Lou. If you're running a business and the business model is to side with stupid, there's a lot of stupid out there. Sorry, that might not be how we get down here. Yeah, we get stupid. We have fun. We'll lean heavy and have fun and take shit off the rails. Y'all know the show, and if you don't, welcome. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. You can find this type of content here where we're not going to bullshit when it's time to man up. We're not going to fucking be bitching about it we're going to go bitch up like a bitch, dog. Like a bitch. Get your pocket pulled up in here, motherfuckers.
And again, I just wanted him to confirm it again. Let me be the first one to say, shout out to my guy CB83. Now this is what I was looking for, Cap, right here, right? Because what did I say? There's more people and it's the guys that this is a guy that has a video with Tua is Leroy, right? Tua has the glow.
Bro, video, he uses that everywhere. That motherfucker loves that shit.
Absolutely.
He made that meme like a year and a half ago, and holy fuck, I see that bitch all over the place.
But shout out to CB83 for standing 10 toes down. So for the people that say TFTG is just negative, we're the ones that create this narrative. We want, here you go right here. This is a guy that is a Tua near, proclaimed Tua near, saying that Tua Tagovialoa folded yesterday. So if you're going to hate El Capitan for what he's saying, which I know I'm not trying to defend Cap, because I know Cap don't care.
Fuck you, bro.
Hate
me. Fuck you. Get the fuck up out this bitch then, bitch.
But what I'm saying is if you're going to hate Cap or Shake or myself or anybody else in the community, well, then hate CB83 too. Because right there, the proof is in the pudding. It's on wax. Tua, for CB83 thinks Tua folded. So it is what it is. I guess CB83. Hey,
I would say Tua in the offense was flaccid. That's even worse. Folded. I call that shit flaccid when it comes time for the money shot, you bitch.
Well, Shake, when is the next Wolfpack meeting? Because I think we got to initiate CB83.
Look at TD. Y'all some haters. This bad boy.
Oh, shout out to TD, bro. What's good? What's good, TD?
Look, that TD heard that we were the TD channel. And look, he shows up. Now, I guess they're right, TD.
Oh,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we're calling it how it is. I'm sorry that it's a real conversation to a shitty, terrible performance. Terrible. Mike McDaniel should have run the ball more. Fuck, dude. Agreed. There should have been some run plays. Tua should have threw in completions more. How about that? But that's not what they want to say. They don't want to say he should have completed more passes. They want to say this, and they want to break down every incomplete to take away from the fact that he didn't do enough in the fucking whole second half. I don't give a shit. And oh, dude, I love it when they go. I saw Mark earlier on. I was going to pull it up, but Mark is pissing me off because Mark only comes around when the Bills have freaking little something, and then he disappears. I love Mark because he's a nice guy, but he also is like super fucking cynical, mean, and like a way that Mark fucking have at least a half a sack, bro, and stick around for all of it, not just your bullshit. But anywho, man. Fucking Mark.
Now,
he was saying, he goes, see what I was talking about with Chris Grier? I don't want to hear Chris Grier's fucking name. Chris Grier has built an amazing roster. He doesn't throw the footballs. He doesn't throw the footballs. And it'll be a guy like Chris Grier that if this shit needs to be changed around here, no matter what it is, whether it's a quarterback, whether it's a running back, whether it's a coach, he's the guy to get the job done. He's the only motherfucker I've seen to get the job done.
Well, absolutely.
Now, Capitan, I'm glad you brought up Chris Grier because here's the thing. Now, when McDaniel says, "Oh, it's on me because I didn't run the ball enough," then all of a sudden yesterday he didn't fucking do what he apologized for. Right now, let's rewind a little bit. When we traded Tannehill, they asked Chris Grier, "Do you regret giving Tannehill that extension?" He says, "I don't regret giving Tannehill an extension. What I do regret is not giving him competition to push him hard enough." And now he's repeating the same shit again.
Wow, great point, Shake Money. Great point. But is he going to do that? He still has time to prove different. What if he signs Tua and drafts a quarterback that year or the next year? Just saying. I don't think again, Chris Grier ain't the fucking problem. Yeah, I can hold him to one bad take a couple years ago, but I mean, albeit from me that he brought in a coach to make a good offensive system, get production out of the guy, and it's worked. It's just now showing that it's failing for a lot of reasons in the big moments, in the big games, when we need it most, when we want to win a Super Bowl. So he's, believe me, Chris Grier ain't holding his tongue. I promise you, Tua goes out and fails in this game. He's considering options. And I know we talk about a guaranteed extension, and yes, there's a lot of cap reasons, but I don't know. Chris Grier might say, no, we're going to ride this 5th year because I got to see it again. And you know what? Maybe Tua comes out and balls out, and the Dolphins have to pay out through the nose. Oh, boo fucking who? He balls out and does everything right. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the money. I'm not trying to rob Tua of an extra $50 million. I'm trying not to fuck my franchise while all you guys want to go, I can wear my Tua jersey for the next 4 years. You fucking idiots.
Well, I just want to know, though, right? Like, because these conversations do need to be had. I do think Tua is going to be here, right? But when we had these conversations, and I see a lot of people in the chat bringing it up about Tua's not the guy, we need to move off. And I get it. I get that conversation. I'm not here to debate whether we're right or wrong or who's right or who's wrong. But what I'm asking is, where do we go if we move off him? Like, what are we doing? Because, again, Tua's good enough, and I've heard TD make this point on his channel, right? And I agree with him. Tua's good enough to not get you in the top 10 of picking a top 10 quarterback, right? So you're not going to go get your quarterback in the draft. You're not going to go get one of those top flight guys. So, like, realistically, when you look, what are we replacing Tua with Russell Wilson? Because that's who's available next year. Are you replacing Tua with Kirk Cousins? Because in my opinion, Tua and Kirk Cousins, as of this moment, they're the kind of same person. So, like, I'm saying
Lou,
is,
if we use Tua-near logic, if we use Tua-near logic, going with Russell Wilson's making up excuses and building a crafted team for him to be successful would be the move. Because that's what they don't understand about how stupid they sound with the excuses and the bullshit they make up. I'm not saying bring in Russell Wilson, fuck Russell Wilson, but according to their logic applied to someone else or another scenario that you just pointed out, Russell Wilson's going to be our quarterback next year with these fucking dumb cucks.
Yeah, well, and again, see, this is where I'm going, and maybe again, this is just my opinion. I'm not going to speak for anybody on the panel. But if you're telling me I got to choose, and again, I want to say it again, I do believe Tua is going to be here. But if you're trying to sell me Russell Wilson, no, I'd rather keep Tua, because in my opinion, I think Tua is better than Russell Wilson. If you're trying to tell me Kirk Cousins, no, I'm gonna keep Tua because I think Tua is better than Kirk Cousins. So, like, again, I'm willing to have these conversations, and I'm not here again to debate whoever's right, whoever's wrong, but give me some viable options of where do we go. Because if I'm moving off of Tua, I'm not here. I'm not, again, I don't care if we're gonna move off him or not. But you got to give me someone better. Don't feed me this narrative of go get, just a random because we just don't want Tua in the building. Nah, bro, I'm not with that conversation.
Well, Lewis, you got to consider this. Tua and McDaniel are tied together. McDaniel got the job. He was our third or fourth option as a head coach, precisely because of his ability to repair and rescue Tua. And to a greater or lesser extent, he did that. He created a system that facilitated his progress, right? So what Shake just brought out a few moments ago, I think, is spot on. I think Grier will learn from his past mistake and will indeed bring in competition. And I think the best possible option, since both Tua and McDaniel jobs will be on the line, they're going to let McDaniel get his guy and bring him in to compete with Tua. I think you make a move and you bring in Trey Lance and you have an open competition during training camp. I think that's
wow.
I'm not saying that's my top choice.
But you're just giving an example.
And then, my limited observation of what he has done so far in the league. But I think that would be a scenario that we're looking at for the next season. And see if McDaniel can, work with a quarterback who brings a little bit more to the table when it comes to physical tools, right? And that will answer the question whether it was McDaniel or Tua. If he can bring in a guy like Trey Lance and make our system pop even more, I think McDaniel vindicates himself while at the same time giving Tua that extra season to prove himself, to see if maybe he can develop and become the guy going forward.
And by the way, there's people on record saying that that McDaniel was a part of that process of drafting Lance.
Exactly.
Well, we know the Dolphins looked at Lance, that's for certain.
But the problem with Lance, right? And I'm not saying that's not a good opinion, KP. What I'm saying is
it's not a savior for sure. Go ahead.
It's not even about being a savior. Bro, we seen Trey Lance go when he was with the 49ers to start the season. They brought in Sam Darnold and named him number 2. So not only could he not beat out Jimmy, it wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo. When Trey Lance got removed, right, from the starting job, he went down in the depth chart to number 3. It wasn't like they replaced him to be the backup. They basically shipped him up out of here. Then you look on the Dallas roster, he's the number 3 quarterback over there. I mean,
Trey Lance is a shot. I think it was just an example, right?
No, I get it. But what I'm saying is though, Kat, when I hear the word bring in someone to that
ain't real competition.
Trey Lance is not competition.
On paper, it doesn't look like that. I agree.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of bullshit.
Considering the McDaniel connection,
that's true.
No, right.
But hear me out here, guys. I think, at least by my standards, in the 2 short years with Mike McDaniel, I think that man is capable of doing what he did to a lot of quarterbacks, if not all quarterbacks, right? This offense could look completely different with a la Trey Lance. My point about that is I'm not saying get Trey Lance or whatever, or bring in somebody else. What I'm saying is, who plays quarterback for the 49ers right now?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Where the fuck was he picked, Mr. Irrelevant Shake?
Whatever the last pick is.
Yes, that's right. He's the last pick. My point is that Mike McDaniel could have a pick of somebody he sees somewhere, and that could be the competition. I'm not saying that a freaking fourth string guy from UTEP or some shit comes in and takes Tua's job, but if there's a picture perfect-esque system match with upside that they bring in, that's a Mike McDaniel, pick. I mean, say what you want, but the Niners just did it. You can't say this doesn't happen. I just watched fucking Browning again, the guy from Cincinnati. Somebody's going to try to sign that kid. Somebody's going to trade for him. Whether he going to be on somebody's roster competing at the very minimum. Now, they ain't going to stay with Joe Burrow competing for Joe. Maybe they keep him. I don't know. My point is that guys are out there that maybe Mike McDaniel could fucking make a star. I don't know. But I'm certainly not going to coddle and or protect Tua and be so honed in to not bring in competition. That is a bad thing. And if you're not bringing in competition because it makes your quarterback uneasy, he's not a fucking rookie anymore. He's not. If making him uneasy doesn't create the drive to be better and accomplish, then we've already got our fucking answer whether this new guy works or not. You got a guy who's going to feel some kind of way because he's got competition. That ain't fucking winning football. I get it. There's this team, brotherly love, all this fucking hand-holding bullshit. This is a motherfucking business. And the product is good and can be great and needs to be great because we know this business well enough to know that it don't last. Your star only burns so bright for so fucking long before shit changes in some facet. Whether it's team, personnel, coaching, the league catches up to you. Everybody copies your shit. Now the new thing's happening, and you got to change your coaching staff. Your GM leaves. Whatever it is, shit happens. But right now, currently constructed, top to bottom, this roster's great. And I'm not saying Tua ain't the only guy, but I promise you this: they bring in competition for everybody else. Everybody else is getting competition. If Jalen Waddle comes out looking like fucking what's his name, either Diggs or the fucking guy Jefferson, and he's mossing bitches and looks like a brand new him, along with what we already know from Waddle, that's competition for Hill. And he'll get just as many, if not more, snaps. And I don't give a fuck how much money you're paying him because that no one gives a shit about the money. It's about the wins. And no one gives a shit about the numbers. It's about the wins. That's it.
Does Tyreek Hill got 2,000 yards this season? I'm not sure. I'm trying to check.
No, he doesn't. And he didn't win MVP either.
Wondering.
Didn't win MVP either.
I'm just checking.
Bro, competition makes you great. That's it, bro. It's the American fucking way, you commies. You commie fucks. It's the American way. You compete to know who's the best, to know who's the greatest. They're competing every Sunday, team versus team. You're competing with your contemporaries in your respective rooms, and the cream rises to the top. And if you're telling me you're not willing to bring in competition for any reason, I mean, look, if you don't foresee the need, fine. But I'll tell you what, they don't have competition, and they double, triple down as they continue, and it's failure. We're just going to be the same old Dolphins. Now, you can feel good with your wild card wins or losses and stuff like that, but you're really just, you're just going through the motions, Dolphins fans.
Hey, didn't the owner say he was here to win Super Bowls, Cap?
I'm trying to get these Dolphin fans to have competitive spirit for their football team and demand Super Bowls, bro. Unless you want to be the Bills.
But again, man, listen, I get it. I'm not saying that anything you're saying is wrong, Cap. All I'm saying is, though, and let's bring up your example with Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy didn't get, like when they drafted him, right, and they got him in the building, he didn't start because of the competition he wanted. They got lucky, right? Jimmy Garoppolo ended up getting hurt against us, and they put him in, and it kind of took his career. Like, I get it. You're going to bring someone in here. right? But to that scenario, they're not beating out Tua, bro. Like, Brock Purdy did not beat out Jimmy Garoppolo. Like, this narrative that's why I keep asking. I'm willing to have the conversation. But who in the hell are you getting in here to give Tua competition? Because if you go draft a quarterback, let's say this year in round 5, 6, 7, he's not starting. That's not competition. I don't give a damn if they say it's competition. I don't care if they want to sit there and lie to you and say, oh, well, it's not. Tua's going to start. Brock Purdy, again, didn't win. He's not the starter in San Francisco because he won any competition. He's the starter now because their starter got hurt, and he kind of took off from there. So, again,
in essence, he pulled a Brady, in essence.
Basically,
yeah, exactly what Brady did.
What it was. So, like, I get it, and I'm willing to have the conversation. But please tell me again, who's coming in here for competition?
Who? I don't know. That ain't my motherfucker. Listen, Lou.
Unless
that ain't
some hell
my
of a fifth rounder
job, dog. That ain't my motherfucking
third rounder
job.
That everybody sleeps on that they think can elevate himself to that level.
Again, I don't know if it's a 5th round dude, right? I don't care who it is. That ain't my job.
Yeah,
I'm not saying go in the first round.
But you know what? And to your point, Lewis, Dak Prescott didn't beat out Tony Romo either.
Exactly. Tony Romo didn't beat anybody out either. Shay?
Well, Tony didn't.
He got it. He didn't beat nobody out.
Well, Tua didn't beat out Fitzmagic either. You know what I'm saying?
100%. KP, holy fuck. Does anyone beat anybody? What's happening to the NFL?
It's a hand down.
No. First of all, but again, see, let's be fair if we're going to have these conversations. Let's not be up here just, and again, no shots, but let's not be stupid when we're talking either. The reason Tua beat out
What's
Fitzpatrick,
happening to my NFL? Sorry.
Well, again, but Tua was a top 5 overall pick, whether he was right or wrong, whether he should have been that or not. That's the reason he started. You're not, again, Tua is the starter now. If you bring
Trey
in
Lance
a 6th
was
rounder,
number 2.
But KP, he played, right? When he got there, he was no competition. They played him because eventually you got to get your guy out there. And when he couldn't play, then they moved off. Right?
Right.
And that's what happened. We're talking about bringing a guy in here. We're talking about bringing a guy in here for competition. Right. Ain't no goddamn 5th, 6th, 7th rounder coming in here to compete with Tua.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I agree or disagree.
They'll just be his replacement after Tua leaves.
It's too little, too late, right? And this conversation is a bit premature in the fact that we still have that game against Kansas City, although hopes are low, right? The shame of it all is that some of us in this fan base have been crying for another guy, some competition for the last 3 years. And right now we've reached a point where, there's not much that can be done given the shape of the contracts going forward of our team, of team roster, the way it's been assembled. And we're poised to win now if we have that field general in place. That's the sad thing about what we're seeing, right? But yeah, I mean, for us longtime Dolphins fans, man, this is just continuing suffering right now. I mean, like I said, we there were some of us who wanted Lamar Jackson team to make a strong push. Whether that was going to happen or not, who knew? There were some of us who wanted the Deshaun Watson move, some of us who wanted Brady, and it was the same voices in the community who are out there being really touchy right now, who are the main ones poo-pooing all of those ideas. There were some of us who wanted to draft another quarterback to have that competition against Tua from year 1, from year 2. And there were always these excuses given by certain, content producers in the community about why that wasn't the right thing to do. The chickens have come home to roost.
Right here, KP, right? And we can have this discussion because these are 2 guys that are going to be available, right? I'll give my opinions on them, and then we can go down the list, right? So right. Kirk Cousins. Why would I want Kirk Cousins when he's Tua, just older? Kirk Cousins is Tua. Because Tua, I'm not going to argue what he can or cannot do on the field. The biggest problem I have with Tua is in the biggest moments, in the biggest game, primetime games, whatever you want to call it, he folds. Guess what? That's Kirk Cousins. So let's mark him off the fucking list. Because if you're telling me I'm taking trash out to bring trash in, it just don't make sense to me. Now, Justin Fields, right? There's a little – I could warm up to that situation.
Because it's an unknown.
What I would ask people, though, to KP's point what he just said, what's frustrating about this Dolphin team is that, and KP, I agree with you 1,000%, bro. We're built to win now, right? Us Dolphin fans, us older Dolphin fans, we can taste how close we are. We're just maybe a couple missing pieces away, right? Is Justin Fields coming in here better than what we have now at this moment? Not saying projecting overall careers or what. But if you bring in the Justin Fields, let's say next year, does he make us automatically better?
Well, one thing can I say, or I want to say real quick is, number one, Justin Fields has those traits that McDaniel's covet, and number two,
absolutely.
Hold on, let me finish. Can I finish, please? Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just starting with that he has those traits that he wants in a quarterback. And number two, you got to remember that when when Tua came under Mike McDaniels, his stats proved dramatically, and I think he could do the same for Justin Fields as well.
Yeah. I think so too, Shake.
Yeah, another thing to add on to that argument, given Justin Fields' career thus far, he has been seasoned. He has faced the bullets real time. And perhaps if you match him up with a guy like McDaniel, you do see that explosion in production. I mean, he's even had some flashy games with Chicago this season that have shown the potential for him as a multidimensional a quarterback, right? Who can beat you with both the run and even the pass. So it is an intriguing option if you can pull something like that off. I'm sure it'll be expensive, though, because, I mean, it is Justin Fields after all. But again, to concur with Shake, this is a guy who has the traits. And his pedigree is just as high as, any of the guys we've seen come into the league and be immediately successful, like a CJ Stroud in year one. Even though this won't be year one for Justin Fields, talent level, some might say that Justin Fields' talent level was superior than CJ Stroud, right? Or even Jordan Love, right? Some would say that Fields was a better prospect than Jordan Love, given that Jordan Love did sit at least a year, right? A year or two, I think, in Green Bay before he was given the reins this season. And so one's got to wonder, what kind of maturation, what kind of progress was made, behind closed doors in those practices leading up to this point. But the idea that a young first-year quarterback can't be successful with a new coach, I think if we look at Stroud and look at Love, the possibility is there if you bring in a young guy like Fields. So, I would like.
If you get somebody that's already in a fourth year as a professional.
Yes, I mean, listen, I'm not saying that this quarterback is good. I'm not saying he's bad.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I even want him, but the fucking Bucks with Baker Mayfield just won their division. Albeit, yes, weak division. Albeit, yes, less wins in this team. I'm just talking about Baker Mayfield. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, he just made doable.
Don't tell me there's no answer.
He won a playoff game in Cleveland. Let's not lose sight of that.
It's nonsense, bro. It's nonsense.
No, definitely an answer. But we all have opinions. Baker Mayfield, in my opinion, is not better than Tua.
No, I agree with that. I'm just saying that don't say you can't look or there's no reason to look. There's always a reason to look. And what I mean by that is this. What I mean by that is this, Lewis, is that I have enough faith in what I've seen out of Mike McDaniel as a coach that if Tua went down, with a catastrophic injury, first play of week one, a la fucking Jet style, and they brought in even the douchebag from the Jets. What's his name? The fucking guy that's terrible.
Zach Wilson.
I would be Zach Wilson. I would be saying, listen, I have faith that Mike McDaniel is going to craft a system for Zach Wilson to be productive with the weapons we fucking got, enough to be competitive, and we can maybe make some noise. Maybe Zach Wilson fucking has a resurgence. My fandom doesn't die when Tua's death. It doesn't. And it does for a lot of people in this fan base. And that's my point. We need to change the way y'all are thinking, because y'all are fucking this fan base up.
Absolutely. See, and I'm with all the shits, right? It's making me seem like I'm sitting here trying to defend Tua. I'm not. I'm with the conversation. I'm with moving off if that's what everybody's thoughts are. I'm with it. But again, for me, I'm only speaking for myself. Don't give me no bullshit about developmental. We got to develop guys. We got to see if they're potential. I'm not with that. That's the conversation. If I'm getting rid of someone, because again, to your point, Kat, you just brought up Zach Wilson, and he could be productive. Well, hell, Tua is productive.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not looking for I'm not looking for production no more. I'm looking for a guy to come in here and for me to wake up every Sunday and say, I know I got one of those guys. And again, Fields is interesting. Baker Mayfield, cool. Zach Wilson, cool. Those are just guys. Those are Tuas, right? I'm not going to get rid of Tua to bring in a Tua. Like that for me, that shit don't work. If we're gonna move off of somebody, then go get me the guy. Get me a Josh Allen. Go get me a Lamar Jackson. Go get me someone like that. Don't give me.
Give me a freak.
Give
me a freak that Mike McDaniel can make
unknown
into
college
prospect
that can turn head.
Nah, bro, that ain't happening.
Nah, yeah, I agree with you there. If I'm gonna pick what I want, because what I'm trying to do with the Baker Mayfield and even the Zach Wilson narrative is express my overwhelming belief that Mike McDaniel with this offense and these weapons right now couldn't figure things out, right? That's all. That I'm not going to pull the plug on my life. Granted, I mean, look, Zach Wilson comes in here, I'm going to go, oh, fuck, we're fucked, boys. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't shock me on the same token if he's getting – Zach Wilson looks like a brand new boy. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm taking my pick, I'd rather them go find some fucking freak of nature from Minnesota or fucking Montana that's been, throwing hay bales the last 12 years of his life that could put a bullet and run people over, and maybe he can do something with this guy in that aspect. I don't know. The only thing I'm really trying to say for certainty is that I want Mike McDaniel. Now, this is all predicated on, what I think it should happen if the Dolphins have the same type of performance in KC. I could feel completely different this time next week. You feel me? I could feel different the week after that. But I would be very happy if at some point Mike McDaniel has got somebody he's pointed out and the team has somebody they've vetted and they're looking at a guy in the 4th round that is just a freak of nature. You know what I'm saying? That would be great to me. I would feel good about that. I'm not saying let's go waste our 1st rounder. That's not helping the football team right now. Let's call it for what it is. Unless Tua is absolutely dog shit and they have completely pivoted on everything and some guy falls to them in the 1st round and they shock us all, is what it is. What I'm saying is taking that scenario I just put at the end off the table for Tua as a Dolphins fan, you're a fucking punk. That's what I'm saying. You a dumb fuck. You don't care about the Dolphins. You care about Tua. And I get it. He's your quarterback, but you're not looking in, you're not being a good fan. You're being a terrible fan. That's it. You're being the wrong fan.
Hey, I will say this real quick, Cap. I'll look at this as because the NFL runs in cycles. We got the fast tracks, right? Mm-hmm. For the last 10 years, there have been at least one franchise, and that's why I say there's always a brand new team every year or brand new teams in the division. I'll just break my arm, pat myself on the back about the Houston Texans because I called that from day one. That was
great. Great pick by you, dude. Great.
There's always brand new franchises that's making
won their division, buddy. Won their division.
Making speedy recoveries. It doesn't take an eternity when you change trajectory, whether it's on a player, a coach, or a GM. You can make fast actions with quick decisions and turn around a franchise in less than 365 calendar days. That's what the Houston Texans did. They went from the number 2 pick in the draft last year, just in May of 2023, picking number 2 and number 3 in last year's draft to winning their division and winning significant, meaningful games late in December against key teams that they need to do down the stretch.
And what does it take, though,
And
Crypto,
they
to make that
suffered the
kind of
same
move?
injuries against star players at the wideout, at the running back, at offensive lineman, at
No
cornerback,
excuses.
all the way throughout the whole process in their first season on a brand new coaching staff, a brand new first-year head coach, brand new rookie quarterback. So all is not lost if we have to hit a so-called soft reboot if we decided to go in a different direction if the wheels fall off the wagon when it comes to the
But
quarterback.
Crypto, what
All
does
is
it
not
take
lost
to make that
because
kind of
franchises have proven
change?
over and over again to be able to hit the reset button in fast order and turn around in less than 300 calendar days.
But
and
how
hit the
and
ground
why,
running.
Crypto? If you look at the Houston Texans prior to the year, right? They had a quarterback in Davis Mills who had made incremental development, right? Incremental progress, similar to Tua, right? He had a pretty good season last year, right? His arrow was pointing up in terms of his ability to guide that team. But somebody had to be willing to make the hard decision that this rookie, CJ Stroud, right, given the talent, given what they saw, had to take over the reins right then and there, right? Now, I'm not saying that there was any, propaganda train for Davis Mills akin to what we have here in Miami, with the two in ears, right? But what I'm saying is that an organization has to be willing to make sound, hard, decisive football decisions that are going to put your franchise on a winning foot. And for too long in Miami, the political decisions are made. The fan favorite decisions are made.
You know what, KP? And you're really nailing home a point.
Yeah, they can catch lightning in a bottle and win the whole thing because everybody's 0-0.
But here's I put this blame you guys are talking about on Chris Grier and on ownership. So you're right, and that I can't, as a guy who believes Chris Grier does his job well enough to have one of the best teams I've seen in Miami, and that to me is the ultimate objective, and doing everything outside of what KP just said to put him in the best position to be competitive and win. But when KP says what he just said, I got to lay that strictly at the feet of Chris Grier because he's had full control of this roster for a couple of years now. And if he's too afraid to admit a mistake, and this is how he has to feel, honestly. Maybe he doesn't feel that way. Maybe he's going to ride this till the wheels fall off or ride it to, the fucking promised land. But yes, again.
That's why I'm now adopting the belief by definition every year for every team is a Super Bowl window.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's always been the case, but I know what you're saying. It's like, but here's the deal. Here's what I do see that I am happy about when pertaining to Chris Grier. I see a defensive scheme, I see an offensive scheme, and I see a great coaching staff, and I see sound talent. And to me, if we stay pat with these schemes and get things right, most importantly, the play we're getting out of the quarterback, and that could still come from Tua. Shit, we might get it this weekend. I fucking pray and hope we get it. I'm hoping that this is overreaction to some bad football and Tua comes and lights the skies and I can go back to fucking singing his praises. But if it's a shit show and they do nothing and then that's why this conversation's happened now. If it's a shit show and they do nothing, I'm not going to allow this push narrative to come around and allow people. I'm not going to shit on every Dolphins going against, all that. I'll be hype as everybody else. But dude, I mean, listen, we're forcing ourselves in a corner with money, with fucking time, with fucking everything, dude. I don't like it. I don't like this force-fed fucking cupcake bullshit ass narrative, y'all. I don't like it.
That's why I say I think a lot of people get apprehensive when they think about having a discussion of talking about moving on from the coach or quarterback because they think it's going to take another 30-year cycle to find one. We have endless examples now in recent history that franchises have reset in short order.
Wow,
and it's
Crypto,
happening.
that
It's
was a
unfolding right before us.
super in-depth, psychological, profound point. The fan base is affected in a way. You know what's crazy? When we blew this thing up, and it kind of was this like expansion of the mind for Dolphins fans. We had these expectations. We do all this stuff, all these things, but what you're talking about is still an emotional scar that this fan base needs to get out of their head. That we gotta be grateful for what we get. That is loser mentality. That we're gonna go another 30 years without a franchise quarterback. That type of shit is scarred on this fan base, and people need to grow up, put their big boy panties and big girl panties on, and just say, we demand more. We demand more. And it can still come from Tua. It could come from Mike McDaniel, but guess what? They ain't cutting it. They need to get the fuck up out of this bitch. Everybody. I don't give a fuck. Fuck Tyreek, and I love Tyreek. Fuck Tua. I like Tua. Fuck McDaniel. I like McDaniel. Fuck everybody. Trade away everybody and blow this bitch up if that's what it takes. But don't do nothing, repackage, resell, and have the same results again and again and again. It's enough already, bro.
Right. And listen, if they try to do the Band-Aid approach, that fan furor ain't going nowhere. If they bring in a Jimmy G and say that's competition next season, is that going to satisfy you guys?
No, not really. Not really. And if he wins out the competition, I'm not going to feel very good.
Right.
I'm not. They bring in a Derek Carr. I don't fucking like Derek Carr. But I'll tell you one thing I will. If they do any of these things and it is real, I will respect it. I will respect it. If they do nothing and I find ourselves here at the end of week 18, yes, we're in the playoffs. Yes, we're going to wild card. I mean, what are we going to do? We're going to let this cycle. I mean, this is the definition of insanity for you guys to play the hopeful, good little fanboy, good little fangirl, and get dressed up and spew your bullshit hope when you know that you need to be a better fan and stop looking for ways to capitalize, stop looking for ways to lead a train, and actually lead the only fucking train that matters is Super Bowl. This think positively, be positively. I'm with it. I'm hip. I'm with you dumb fucking hippie dumbasses. I was way fucking hip on all this shit before it was cool to do it. You guys are spewing nonsense. It's fake. I don't like it. It's dumb. And it's so veiled in obviousness that you just want to feel important while not really having an eye on the goal. They have an agenda, and the agenda is to be the fucking whatever, win or lose. And I say fuck that. It's win or fucking win. And you as Dolphin fans should demand as such. And once you're on board with that fucking narrative, you will find yourself with Super Bowls. That's it. That's the key. Not projecting hope. Projecting hope. What are you, a bunch of fucking witches and wizards? This fucking Harry Potter shit's gotten out of control. I'm ready. I'm the reality check of this fan base. I'm here helping you. I know it hurts because growth is pain. No pain, no gain. I get it. It's hard to hear the truth.
At some point, somebody's got to say the emperor has no clothes. The motherfucker's naked. God damn it. Shit.
It's it. Avengers Assemble. Color commentary. I know you got some pent up shit to say, Color.
I do.
Before you go, Color, I was going to add.
It goes, I do.
Hey, Color, before you start, man, that exchange between you and Pete was brilliant, bro.
Where? On Twitter?
On Twitter, yeah, where you broke down the fact that, we just hadn't had the stats to back it up.
Yeah, I mean, what else are we supposed to use when your eye test is gaslit? You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, if everybody wants me to, I could argue to the ends of the earth that I've got a good eye test, but no, you can't ever know that until, a year and a half later when we're having the same freaking argument. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
But I'm trying to gather some of my energy back from last night, so I'm not going to go on a full tear. I'm going to save that for an entire breakdown of that
man, I
debacle
can't
yesterday,
wait, Color.
sometime tomorrow. But I think it's a lot more simple than people realize. We just need a quarterback that can throw to its tight end.
No, because remember we made that deduction years ago and drafted 2 tight ends, and that quarterback couldn't or forced it to one of them, and it didn't work. I see what you're saying, Color.
What I'm saying is,
but we can't.
What I'm saying is, if Mike McDaniel is going to bring in a quarterback and not utilize a tight end in a West Coast system, then we're going to be spinning our wheels forever. It don't matter if you bring in anybody, because any quarterback worth their grain of salt is going to throw to who he needs to throw to, no matter what play Mike McDaniel is calling. That's why I don't believe this nonsense that it's all Mike McDaniel when it comes to these plays where we see it's like as if Tua has no other options.
100. Yep. It's Tua. He's making those decisions.
We have a tight end, and I thought it was the last 3 games, but I just looked it up. Durham Smythe has not dropped a pass in 4 straight games.
God damn.
He is 15 for 15 in the last 4 games.
Jesus,
Yet here we
that
are,
is fucking incredible.
Losers.
That's incredible.
You know
That's
how
incredible,
you know what Dalton Kincaid had last
G
night?
says, hey,
8
hey,
targets,
hey, G says
7
2K.
receptions.
That's funny.
Kincaid had 8 targets and 7 receptions last night. Durham Smythe was 3 for 3. That's why we lost the game. And you can whoever's responsible for that, whether it be Mike McDaniel, Tua, or both, that is why we lost the game.
Well, there's no George Kittle on the field.
I'm not even talking about George Kittle. I'm talking about a system of offense that when I look it up
keep popping up
and try to define it for myself to make sure that I know how to tell people what it is and what type of system it is. And every article I pull up tells me that the tight end is one of the most key pieces in a West Coast system. And I got Pro Football Reference telling me that our system is a West Coast system. And our tight end gets 3 receptions last night while theirs gets 7 and basically owns us in the secondary. I'm not surprised at who got the dub last night. I'm just not.
I also want to
48% of the steakhouse, Shula Steakhouse.
Hey, by the way, I also want to add to your point, Color, that
I know. What's up with the steakhouse thing? Go ahead, Shake. Sorry.
No, I also wanted to add, put on top of that, Durham Smythe shot up to the 3rd receiver with the most yards.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, when you go 15 of 15, that very well may happen.
Yeah. And you know what else? He's been his catch percent, his catch rate for most of the year has been tracking at about 72%, which is high.
Not only that, but
it's a little low for him.
Look at what he does in the blocking game.
Hold on, it's a little low for his career average, but after the last 4 games, he has now finished the regular season with an 81.9 catch rate.
Color, you're taking me off topic right now, and I want to hear this shit.
No, I'm actually not taking you off topic. I'm trying to drive home the point that it is not hard to find a damn serviceable quarterback that can get the ball to your tight end in a crucial game situation.
You're right. Yep.
Okay. Way to land it home in a fucking absolute G money way. Color. I gotta say, though,
even if it was hard, Color, it doesn't take 50 eons to do it.
It's true.
Exactly. No, but we spent the better part of the offseason arguing who the better room was, the tight ends or the running back room. Well, we've got a tight end that's 85% last year on 10 to get 10 yards.
Yeah, but we got a running back room that's absolutely crushing it. Devon
I
Achane set
get
records
it. My
as a
point
rookie
was
this
only
year.
that we wasted the time arguing about it instead of just saying what we needed to do to utilize the tight end room. We're all, oh no, our tight ends are trash. Our tight ends are trash.
No, we
Find me
got
one that's got
talent.
an 85% catch rate.
Listen, we got talent, dog. We got talent all over. I break down anybody in their talented ways, and I could also break them down in their shortcomings as well. But when we take what we can expect out of certain things, this is the point that we're really hoping to expect in our future, is that when shit needs to happen, our quarterback's getting his sometimes. I don't need it every time. Give me 50%, dog. 50% is enough. But when I'm hyping up this team, and I'll talk the shit of shit against Buffalo, against whoever the opponent is, and you go do this, you show this performance, this is what you got. You got 4 interceptions in the past 2 weeks, including one that ended the game at home. Come on, bro.
See here, right here, Jose M says Smythe not fast enough to run routes in 2.5 seconds. Again,
that's a problem.
Right back to my point. Most quarterbacks don't have that limitation.
Yeah, you don't need precisely 2.5.
I'm pretty sure the 7 receptions that Dalton Kincaid got last night were not within 2.5 seconds. I guarantee you that.
I don't think any of them was, to be honest, was it? I don't know. I'm just
real
checking.
quick, guys. Can I get the like button hit?
I think
There's
they mostly have
been
no
170 up to 180 in the room, and there's like 70 fucking likes. Like, dude, that's like that's less than half. That's not even. I mean, what? It's a terrible performance from the audience with the like button. I mean, this is as bad as my fucking offense was in this last game.
Y'all know y'all got insomnia. Hit the like button.
Yeah, I mean, you're not. What the hell? Like, hit the like button, everybody. Shit. I mean, at
We
least
gotta
get it
use
over
the
100.
algorithm. We need that algorithm.
Damn. Holy cow. I just peeked over at it. I was like, dude, we've been going for an hour and a half, 180 in the room, not 100 likes. I mean, there's literally half the likes right now. That's some bullshit, bro. That's bullshit.
Hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button.
I mean, damn. Hit the dislike button. I don't give a fuck, but hit one of these buttons, dumbass. Hit one of these buttons, you dumb fucks.
Hit a button.
The reality is this, guys. I mean, we're in the playoffs, right? We got a shot against KC. It's going to be sub-zero weather, 20-mile-per-hour winds, snow, gusted, whatever, blah, blah, blah. It is a chance. Small. I mean, a lot of us may not believe in that chance, but he's got one more chance to prove us all wrong.
I'm pissed off now. I'm letting this steam out, and then I'm starting a game plan for how Tua's going to win.
Right.
Like, listen, this is just
you
part
have
of the
8
fucking
mathematical
motions
shots as long as there's 2 football teams are lining up.
Right. But
Tua go out there and throw, again, 300, 2 tutties, no interceptions.
Shot, but you have a mathematical shot.
Right. But if it goes down like, most people are logically deducing it will, right? We're going to have to do the book on Tua, right? We're going to have to look at why it didn't work out, right? And one of the things we're going to see, guys, one of the questions that has to be answered is how come in both regimes, right, this guy has not been able to connect efficiently with big X receivers. I mean, he hit Devontae Parker on slants, right? But how come he cannot take advantage of guys like Claypool, Cedric Wilson on the outside, even Gesicki to a lower extent? It seems
I got a better question. Why is this
short, quick wide receiver? He ain't seeing him. He can't connect with them.
KP, this is what I thought you were going to say is, and I agreed, we need that weapon in our arsenal. But here's something. Why when we start in that first 8-10 games, the offense looks so good. Teams eventually figure it out.
Yeah, catch up.
And then we're failing in the latter part of the season when we talk about ramping up, getting stronger, getting better as we're heading into the playoffs and Super Bowl. And what are they figuring out? Was my end result. Color. What are they figuring out? Is my end result question? Because I'll tell you what they're saying. I'll tell you what they're saying, Color. They're saying Tua is a one-read quarterback that if you take away the first read, he's not good enough to make the second.
One read. I won't use the word one read.
I'll
introduce another word to make it easier for people to have this conversation without getting in their feels about the term one read.
Gotcha.
He's two-dimensional. How about that? Because what y'all are talking about, defenses figuring us out and all that happens naturally throughout the progression of a season. That's why later season games and postseason games are so tough, and you have to up your game. And the champions expand their game and what they can do. It ain't nothing the coaches do. Okay, it's no different than when, again, if you're a pitcher in a postseason game as opposed to a regular season game, and you start getting hit up in the 6th inning. You need the best pitchers in the world say, guess what? That's the only inning they're going to hit me up the rest of the way, and can squeeze out 3 more innings to get their freaking closer in to win the game. It's called being a champion. You either are one or you're not.
Yeah, it's called making adjustments.
A champion finds somebody to catch the ball last night on that last play. Period.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough time after the snap of the ball for anybody to find anybody else but one receiver. So if you want to call that a one-read quarter, whatever you want to call it, it's two-dimensional. It's a walled garden.
A conversation.
His entire career. And here I am saying it again. We play in a walled garden. It's a sandbox. We're locked in. We can't do anything outside of it. The only thing McDaniel did was expand that walled garden from 50 yards to a 70-yard range. That's all he did.
And can we deal with the number one excuse that we should have ran more in the second half? Can we deal with that excuse? Because that's one of the biggest narratives that's going around now in the last 24, 48 hours.
I've been killing that narrative. I mean, you heard me, KP. I am not allowing that. Need to run more. Fuck out of here.
The Bills basically put 8, 9 men in the box and dared us to beat them outside, right? And we just couldn't do it.
They brought the safety
down. Yeah, we didn't do it. Why didn't we do it is the question you fans need to be asking yourselves. Why can't we do it? I mean, it was like a high school football coach would have seen that and said, oh, fuck that. I'm setting 2 fly routes on both sides. One of the motherfuckers is going to get, and my quarterback better hit one of them motherfuckers. We got to break that shell.
Well, KP, we saw what Fangio did. Fangio, at some point I believe it was late in the first, started blitzing and never stopped. He was going to live and die by the sword with pass rushers down. And you know what? It fucking worked. It worked.
Yeah, he adopted his predecessor.
But they were able, you know what they did? They let their quarterback make plays. And mine didn't. And mine fucking didn't.
I think ours
it wasn't third and long that Josh Allen ran the ball on.
That safety, all he did was make an educated guess that Tua was going to favor his left side, being a left-handed quarterback,
and played sound in between the numbers. Color
planted his feet. He was already heading over there.
Right.
How do you think he had enough time to come around the backside of the defender and the receiver
and make that interception
ball from the angle from the sideline?
But see, and my whole point is that is the play odds based on the limitations of our quarterback. They know that our quarterback ain't throwing it deep on the other side. You know what I'm saying? You play your odds. The field is restricted. It's easy to defend.
You nailed it, Crypto. As soon as at the snap of the ball, that safety just shaded his hips towards the other side of the field. Tua checked it off and said, yup, he's going that way, and chucked the ball over to the left, and the dude had already made a break back to the right.
Right.
And it was an educated guess by him that Tua wasn't going to take the shot outside the numbers and was going to go into the middle of the field. Or his little
hip move would cinch it for Tua, thinking that he was going the other direction, just like Jalen Ramsey did to Mac Jones. That was why whoever brought up Jalen Ramsey, that was a succinct point. That was
Yeah,
spot on.
I said that. Yeah, that's exactly what Ramsey did against the Patriots. He hated them.
And guess what? The Buffalo Bills, we all know, have a secondary with guys that are that gifted. So there you go.
Yeah.
Now we have guys that gifted too. We just pointed out the example of Jalen Ramsey. How is it that Josh Allen can just march right down the field on us?
Yeah, that actually was a money possession.
You think, oh, color bad example, Josh Allen. Well, how is it that Aiden O'Connell could just march down the field on us, or anybody else that's done it to us?
Well, it happens,
Because
bro. They make plays
they're
too.
serviceable.
Damn, serviceable.
Yeah, Tennessee quarterback.
Wait.
How
How about this? Serviceable when you throw the game plan out the book and just go. Regular. I'm going to have to make plays now, and I'm going to try to make enough. And where is that? Where is that, dog? Where is that?
We talked about the whole week about how Vic Fangio was going to defend Stephon Diggs. Oh, you better shadow Diggs. You better shadow Diggs. And I said, y'all, you know what? Diggs ain't even the one you got to worry about. It's Shakir. He's the one that kills us on 3rd and long every single time we play these guys when Josh Allen goes off script. And guess what? Who the leading receiver last night for them was with 105 yards and 8 receptions.
Too. Murdered us.
Shakir.
Yeah. And Gabe Davis ball everywhere. I think Gabe Davis missed the whole second half.
But guess what, Color? You know what that Shakir? Hold on, Color.
Entire night,
Color, you know what though? Shakir having those yards, playing all he did, defense still held him to 2 touchdowns. So maybe doing what he did was obviously doing what he did was right.
Yep, but when it comes down to, you know, what made them be able to keep our defense on the field for a while is not Shakir. And if anybody all of a sudden thinks Shakir is a wide receiver 1, no, of course not, because they were arguing with me that Shakir would be the key before the game. So nobody thinks Shakir is a world beater. So, yeah, they were.
Well,
you know what I mean? They were utilizing whatever they needed to move the ball down the field because our defense was cooking them.
Well,
I'll
say this much.
Okay, I've got to trust in this guy over here and that guy over there. And as such, Dalton Kincaid eats all over us, and Shakir is their top receiver last night. And Diggs
I'll say this:
84 yards. So
I'll say this much: eerily similar to last year's game, it was almost playing out the same way. And I'll say this because in the first half, they missed a 90-yard touchdown, short touchdown by freaking Josh Allen. Just totally just flat out overthrows freaking Diggs because he burned freaking Ramsey on that one.
All the way, Crypto.
And here's
as soon as the snap of the ball, I'm like, here it goes.
It almost played out to the T. Last year, McKenzie drops a touchdown in the end zone from Allen, right? And then in the first half, they missed an opportunity to score. Even last year in Hard Rock, and the clock expired on them. The exact same thing happened this year, but this time it was Dalvin Cook dropping a short touchdown in the end zone, just like McKenzie did last year. And Gala at the end of the
James
half.
Cook.
Yeah, James Cook dropped a sure touchdown like McKenzie did, but this year ended the same way where Josh Allen throws a ball in the middle of the thing and time expired, just like that happened in the first half last year. It was playing out exactly the same way last year's game was. I was blown. My mind was blown. I was like, every situation, every element of the game was playing out exactly the same it was last year.
We don't have to look further back than Kansas City because the score was identical. Offenses were tied at 14, and either their defense or their special teams got an extra touchdown. And it's not like, I mean, what did their offense have to do? But make sure we didn't get back on the field.
I was like, this is kidding me. The only thing would have been fitting if Josh Allen would have threw a fourth ball in the third to end the game. And it would have ended exactly the same way. But it almost happened. Josh Allen got stopped on 4th down and gave us an opportunity to win the game.
Right. And what did we? Well, and I'll point out after we amazingly somehow held them to a punt to open up the second half. And we answered that with a punt. Again,
3 and out,
just like last week, just like the last loss before that, that is where the game was lost. And I told you all that's where the game would be lost.
Well, not really, Color, because guess what? The game continued to be lost after 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That was all we got.
But that last drive would have been for a game-winning touchdown.
Well, we had like 4 straight freaking 3 and
Color,
outs.
you forget, after that point,
we had like 4
Christian
straight.
Wilkins had a strip sack. The defense even did extra.
Right, it was the next the third turnover.
The defense even did more to not make that.
Well, I understand that a whole bunch of stuff happened after that, but my point remains. The moment we answered their punt with a punt, it was over.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess technically we can go all the way back to where
it has to do with their psychology, bro. They're like, holy shit, they held us to a punt. Damn. Uh-oh. And we come out and punt right back to them. They're like, oh, we got this.
So
it was
I'll
over
say
from
this.
there.
I'll say this. The offense. Okay.
It was crazy how eerily similar this game was to last year.
If the game was starting to run away because the defense is now getting tired and they're injured and shit like that, but that's not what happened. Like, you're right, but to me, the defense made you wrong. You feel me? And the offense agrees with you. We punted. We're gonna lay down now.
Right. And every time the defense got them the ball after that, it was inevitable. It was probably going to be the same, which it was. So the indicator, what I'm talking about, Capitan, is the punt. When we answered back with a punt, that was the indicator that the game was over. You see, that I didn't mean to say necessarily it was over, but that was the indicator that was going to play out the rest of the game. Just like it did against Baltimore. Just like it did against Buffalo the first time we played them. Just like it did against Kansas City.
So, let's shift this for the
That's why it's always a game of inches.
For like the last 15 minutes of the show to Mike McDaniel now. Is Mike McDaniel just getting tunnel vision? Is he getting tunnel vision in the game plan? I mean, listen, he's feeding Tyreek. And I get it, you're down a Waddle. But I saw the role players.
Every team is down a Waddle.
I saw the role players, when the numbers were called, be pretty effective, okay, in the passing game. And I know they were effective in the run game. Did he just not want to have? Did he think he couldn't win the dogfight? You know what I'm saying? On that, especially on that first possession. Did he just say, hey, you know what? We're winning a dogfight in the trenches right now. Offensive line's blocking good. Is he overthinking this? Is he now or is he trying to drill home a point? And something that we talked about last night when I was over on Reason's channel doing a Inside the NFL Dolphins After Dark. Sorry, I was blanking there for a second. Who's the leader to step up when the offense is having these issues, right? Who's stepping up? Who's the life force? Who's the guy that when the bullets are flying and you're down is stepping up and saying, follow me?
The problem, Cap, is we can answer that for other teams, but we can't answer it for our own.
That's right, bro. On offense.
Well, there's about defense, 5 other teams. If you asked me about them, I would tell you right off the bat.
Something? On defense, with injuries down, and now this ain't been the fact for a long time, and there is context to it because they were down guys that I believe step into this role. But Christian Wilkins, when the chips were fucking down on defense, that man stepped up and said, I am the leader. I've seen Zach Sealer do it too. Christian Wilkins did it the best way I've ever seen him do yesterday. It was amazing. It was amazing. That strip sack was one of the most amazing plays I've ever seen, dude. That shit was amazing. Yes, but Christian Wilkins
on that 4th and 1.
But I'm saying, like, as far as a guy that says, follow me into battle, his play, and when the injury happened and they started flexing him and Sealer outside, Sealer and him, fucking captain and definitely assistant captain, those two guys stepped up and said, "Follow us. We're fucking winning this fucking game."
And that's the saddest part of last night, Capitan.
But who's on offense saying it?
Our defense was so decimated, bro. And they went out there and played their absolute ever-loving hearts out, man.
Yeah.
And if we would have got that dub last night, we would be talking about a 30 for 30 just for that defensive performance.
Are you kidding me, bro? The storyline about what the defense did would be I'd be talking about this performance and remembering it for a long time.
The effort they put out there, they maxed out their effort. They gave even the guys that just came in off the street, like Ingram, even though he got beat on that long pass, you could see that man put everything on the line to try to do what he could. You know, I'm not talking about production. I'm just talking about effort.
They left it all out there, bro. They did, and they had leadership on it. Listen, if guys started, hanging their heads low, feeling sorry for themselves, they'd have looked more like the offense, apparently. Now, I'm not saying the offense hung their heads low, but I didn't see no fucking leadership. When I saw the defense have some leadership, Christian Wilkins, to me, is a shining example of the leadership that Christian Wilkins, along with a lot of people on defense, saying, we are winning this game.
That hit that Baker made at the end of the first half.
Anyone on offense do that.
First thing I could hang my hat on said all day by OG Barry. They're going to do it again Sunday. Well,
I fucking hope.
The evidence is there, OG. These guys got some mega heart. The problem is we've got two or three even less of them to do it. But I'm going to give up. I'm going to fight.
I have a list that
I would say this much about because I know
that we're looking at.
I know everybody's I like to call it the battle cry for Tua. The battle cry is coming out for Tua and all the Tua nons. But this is what's going to happen. They fail to realize that Tua's numbers was way better last year than this year, and the trend is in the other direction overall as far as his number. This is one thing that's even more staggering. Tua played all 17 games this year. He has a total of 29 touchdowns. 8 of those 29 touchdowns came in 2 games. Now you tell me where's the real trend.
Wow.
30% of his touchdowns came in 2 of the 17 games.
Wow.
You know what,
the other 15 games was accounted for.
That's a counter for the numbers right there.
This is why you got to log into TFTG to get the real football analysis. Listen, a lot of guys just give you stats. We give you statistical analysis. Exactly. That's what you call statistical analysis.
Right. They'll look at just the totals and then don't break it down.
Context is what it is.
Crypto on a fucking heater tonight, boys. This ain't turned up crypto. This is dialed in crypto we got tonight. Holy fuck.
This is why crypto and I became friends.
Yeah, no shit, crypto. That was a fucking stat for the ages.
Tony B says you don't get a 30 for 30 for only giving up 420 yards to Josh Allen with a laughing emoji.
Dude.
Yeah.
And that just showed that is the most obtuse statement I've heard all night.
It's the dumbest
and it shows the fundamental lack of understanding of what an NFL defense is supposed to do.
That's right.
That was an absolute, considering the personnel, that was an absolute Hall of Fame performance last night. I don't care what anybody says. Considering the personnel, we sat here and said all week we were going to get 60 points put up on us. We sat here all week saying no hope because our defense, because Chubb's out and everybody else is out.
And unfortunately, Colors, that's the kind of performance that can break a team when that defense gives it all they can like that. And then they look across at the offense and they see that quarterback shitting his pants. This is the kind of shit that creates internal dissension.
Right. And Kahari, to the point I'm really trying to drive home is that a great performance by a scrub unit would have been giving up 28 to Josh. We gave up 14 points to their offense last night. That means when it came down and dirty to crunch time, we didn't let them get that first down. We didn't let them get that goal line touchdown. We didn't let it happen.
That fourth
No
and
matter how
inches
many
stuff
yards
when
they
we
went
had
up
to
and
have
down the
it,
field.
Right.
when that defense had to step up
Stop
and
them
give
when
it
it
to us,
mattered.
they stopped them. And
Our
they gave the
defense
ball to our
created a
offense.
walled garden for their quarterback.
Right. And and our offense failed. They failed that effort.
We put one of the best in the
Our
league
defense
in a
gave it
walled
back.
garden. Remember the walled garden I was talking about that our offense plays in? We put one of the best quarterbacks in the league in that walled garden last night with a scrub defense and a D coordinator that everybody shit on the entire week.
A good portion of the year. Mm. 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 Mm.
So, just to give, as KP so eloquently put, statistical analysis about the yardage given up by the defense, only surrendering 2 points and getting turnovers in the game. Okay, they had an
Like 4.
interception, they had a
You come out the
fumble,
turnover on downs.
they had
Yeah.
2 interceptions and a fumble. 2 interceptions coming in the first half, and the fumble coming in the third quarter, late in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm.
Where was answered right away by, I believe it was an interception thrown after that. I can't remember what happened on that drive, but the Dolphins in the second half on offense, statistical analysis, had the ball for 4 minutes and 5 minutes and 30 seconds in total time.
No shade
the
on
last
that
2
Dolphin here. There
quarters.
wasn't a dry eye in the stadium when that happened, bro. Don't beat yourself up.
You're right. That was the most
Dolphin here.
anticipated series
There was
after
not
that
a
fourth
dry
down
eye in
stop.
the stadium. I assure you of that. After we got that stop, there was not a dry eye in the stadium.
To their credit, they tried to end the game right then and there because they knew they wanted to end it, but they couldn't. They went for the win like they should have, but hell.
And when it's time to make plays, listen, they got even a last shot at the end of the game. Time to make plays. They don't make them.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make them.
And I don't
They
like
handed the ball
on
back.
defense, but considering Josh Allen and the threat he posed, I mean, that's the second best third and short to the Philadelphia Eagles. I know they got the tush push and all that, but you're looking down 6'5", 250-pound quarterback, right?
And they stop him.
And we stopped them.
Stopped them.
At that moment, man, you need your offense to rally and take that energy and give you the victory.
You couldn't be more proud of what the defense did. That's my point. And that's the fucking shame of it, boys. Is that, again, depleted. Injuries.
Think about it this way.
Those boys on defense had Chubb and Phillips in their mind, knowing that Andrew Van Ginkel's, they had it, and then they were like, no, for them, for us, for this team, we're going to do this, and the offense is going to get it. And they fucking let him down, bro. Shit.
Think about it this way. Had he made that conversion, then how many what ifs would have been out there? What if Tua would have got the ball last? We would have won.
Yeah, exactly. We'd had the ball last.
You
threw an interception, bro.
Right, but you know how they would have played. But you know how they would have played that narrative going forward. No, Tua never had a shot at get the end.
Throwing an interception on a potentially game-tying try and ending the game.
Because they would have ran like that to Kingdom Come if had they got converted that fourth down and Tua would have never got the ball back. You know Tua would have scored on that last drive.
Yep, you're right. The defense made sure to take their name out their mouth. You're right.
You know that's what they would be saying.
And
he would be guaranteed a score.
Criticism of Mike McDaniel on that final drive after what the defense did. You don't need to push the ball 20 yards downfield. You've got all this time in the world. No, you got no timeouts, But you had plenty of time, and they were playing people down deep. You could have fucking done a draw and gouged the shit out of them. You were running all over them anyhow, much less when they drop everybody back in outside the box as soon as the ball snapped. Where's the creativity there? You know your quarterback's been fucking struggling all second half. He's going to get it right now? I'm not saying he needs to protect him, and I'm not saying, I didn't like some of the shit, but damn, are you kidding me? What?
I went right in on Neum Hines this morning. Neum Hines, the Buffalo Bills, says, guys, what are we calling the Buffalo tush push?
No, they call it the Buffalo,
right,
the
Neum Hines,
bobsled.
there's my reply.
Yeah, Color's reply is the bitch glitch.
Mhm.
It's pretty good.
He didn't block me. To his credit, he didn't block me.
What do they call it, Crypto?
Oh, they call it the bobsled.
No, that's dumb. You know what it's
The
really
Buffalo
called?
bobsled.
The Buffalo butt stuff is what it's called. That's what it's called. All right, the Buffalo butt stuff.
The butt
That's
stuff.
what it is. Yep, the
They
Buffalo
said
butt
tell
stuff.
Leonard Fournette to do the pushing. The cook
That's
said
what
he
they
don't want him
call.
to
We
push
know
it.
what that
experts
means.
on that.
They're experts on
Yeah.
it. We know what that means. Special education, the Buffalo butt stuff. That's what it is.
Mm.
By the way, that nap I took this afternoon that I just woke up from,
Mhm.
that was compliments. Don't get this the wrong way. That was compliments of last night's tailgate. Because somebody was somebody was buying the rounds, if you know what I mean. And yeah, so was sleeping pretty well. I don't normally have any drinks or cocktails, but yeah, it was
Color, maybe
pretty
you
good.
need to have a fucking drink or two, bring that blood pressure down a little bit. I'm not saying fucking toss them back like you're fucking Michael K or some shit.
or
I'm
like
saying-
somebody else we know
Yeah.
who just who has recently arrived in chat, which is what made me think of it.
Michael K. That's what you just
No,
said, right?
No.
Who just recently arrived in
They
chat?
knew who they are.
Oh,
They know who
shit.
they are.
Damn, not Miss Fins. Not Miss Fins.
Mhm.
Not Miss
Whatever do
Fins
you
turning
mean,
up.
Capitan?
Damn, Miss Fins turning up.
Whatever do
What's
you
up,
mean?
Insanity?
Oh,
Miss Fins?
shit. Miss Fins, we going to the strip club, Miss Fins. I'm going to show you how Capitan get it down. Watch out now. Hells yeah. Fuck yeah. Listen,
Miss
again,
Finn's making sure everybody was even keeled last night going into the stadium.
don't forget, Color,
Okay, that's what's up.
that alcohol
he's
was a
taking
medicine. It was a
So
medicine
you got to do it.
for a long, long time. Now, there's bad side effects to medications, and then there's, moderation and using it for the right thing. A couple of drinks ain't bad unless you got a problem. Put that shit down and keep to your fucking deal, man. Stick it up, fucking fight the power. But like myself, I drink a couple times a year. I need a drink. I'll be like, fuck, I'm thirsty. I need a drink. I need to chill out. Probably could have had a drink tonight. Honestly, if I didn't have to work tomorrow, I probably should have had a drink tonight. If I'm still turned up and fucking pissed off like this.
I had like 3 cups of something called freaky juice. I don't know if you ever heard of freaky juice.
Oh, freaky
No.
juice. Did y'all get
That
it from
sounds
Doll
like some
Freaky?
crazy bar concoction.
Did y'all get it from Doll
Mom had a
Freaky?
cup of buffalo tears.
Oh, word?
Mm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn, Miss Finn's
Shake Money had some
mixologist.
Buffalo Trace.
Miss Finn's mixologist. Where'd you go to school, Miss Fins?
Hey,
Well,
Shake,
it
do
was
you have
actually
some
at
Buffalo
It
Trace?
was actually at the Southwest Florida Dolphin fans tent.
Damn, dude.
That's
Look at
where
Michael
that's
K.
where the freaky juice came
Michael
from.
Michael K goes, please ask Lewis when my cooking folk apron going out.
You had the Buffalo Trace.
No, I gave that to Lucci.
Oh, from Doll
you gave it to
Freaky and
Lucy?
from Doc.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Look at that. From Doll Freaky for Doc or for Doll Freaky and for DCC. What the fuck? I don't know why. I can't even see straight anymore.
Whatever
guys.
you
I'm so
do.
pissed off. It says DCC.
Don't
Got
do
you.
the Guinness
No,
Spear.
The DCC challenge.
Yeah. Holla for $1.
DCC challenge.
We
Okay.
need to have the good old fashioned. Yeah, I got you, Miss Fins. I'm sorry, I'm fucking it all up. But we need to never mind. Fuck it, dude. It's getting late. I need to stop doing this. I'm getting ready to start saying some shit. I'm fucking everything up right now, and I'm getting ready to suggest shit that is probably even too adult for all this. As far as how party time Capitan talking about. Fuck. I need to get turned up. I'm about to blow off some steam this weekend, guys. That's it. I'm so fucking pissed about these Dolphins right now.
Well, if you do, can you stand on the sideline next week so our guys can keep warm?
No. Fuck all that. I get cold easy. I don't like that shit. Don't let the tank top fool you. I freeze my balls off when I'm cold. It ain't cold in here, but it get cold. Capitan don't like that.
Well,
I get all
just so
fucking
y'all
freezed
know,
up.
don't be surprised if you see missing finger due to a frostbite on the injury report next week. It's just gonna be cold, man. Really cold.
You know what though? Dolphins have, I think there's like 19 injured players, and people that have been injured and missed time, and they're gonna put out some list and say Dolphins 53-man roster, 29 been injured, still got to the wild card. Next year, like fuck, dude. Like
That'll be more than enough ammo they need.
That's crypto. I'm saying crypto. I can already see they think they're so fucking smart.
Yeah, you might as well get out ahead of it now.
Yep, gonna be on that aquamarine letterhead with the fucking
Congratulations for a great season from our Miami Dolphins, who not only got to the wild card game playoffs decimated with 29 injuries on offense or on the team, but with blah blah, and Tua's hand was still hurt.
Yep. Next thing I'm gonna know is that I'm surprised they ain't throwing in.
Gonna get really blown up, boy. It's gonna be worn on T-shirts and hats.
You know what I'm surprised? I'm surprised they didn't go as dirty and as low to talk about Tyreek Hill dropping balls because of what he went through during the week. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real fucking point. But they ain't about helping Tyreek. They're ready to throw that motherfucker under the bus because they gotta protect the bullshit.
Man's house caught on fire. Goddamn.
Yep, I'm saying, dude, his kids too. Like it's a whole fucking problem.
I'd love to thank all the fans who threw their rally flags on the floor last night after the loss, because Color was able to collect a few, seeing as we missed out on getting them going into the stadium last night. So thank you very much, shitty ass Dolphin fans, for throwing your rally flags on the floor. Good job.
What?
Wow.
Bro, they were throwing their rally flags on the floor. I collected like 3 or 4 of them, bro. There was a Buffalo fan walking with one in each hand with arms spread, mocking us with our own rally flags in his hands, dude.
Buddy would have got slept on, dog. This is why I didn't go to this game. That's why I didn't go to this game, dog.
And
Capitan turned up too much. I'm fucking
for Tua and his training program. Fuck that, dude.
Buddy would have got slept on, dog. No bullshit. That's why I didn't want to go. That's why I didn't want to go, man. I can't handle that shit.
Well, there was one Dolphin fan that walked by him and snatched one of them out of his hands. So
fucking right, dog.
People that care.
Right.
Yeah, I'd be snatching all that. Give me that shit, boy. Drop it, boy. I'd have boyed his ass right there in front of his friends and family. Hey, man, drop it, boy. Give me my shit. I dropped those back there. Give them to me. How much you got in that wallet? How much you got in that wallet? How much you got in that wallet? I might take a motherfucking shoes, dog. I might go full South Florida on his punk ass. Fuck out of here. Damn.
Yeah.
Giving him size 7s, bitch. Fuck, dude.
Exactly.
Damn. I hate it, dog. I hate it. I hate it. I hate that we gotta be this way. You know what I hate too, and I think we really got to the core of why I'm so fucking pissed, is what the defense did to let that all be for naught is a fucking crime, dog. It's a fucking crime. It's a crime on a team that we not only do we expect more from the offense, right? But we've come to expect stupid motherfuckers dropping 70 burgers and shit. Like, that's what you got? That's what you got?
Yeah.
That's what you got when you a team that's fucking just racking up points? when this run like that's what you got, Mike McDaniel? What the fuck? Damn. I wish I could get Mike McDaniel in the room because I would be a lot more cordial. First of all, I'm not trying to be a dick, but I would ask him. I said, "Listen, why? Why? How? Why and how?" Because to me, where was the failure? And name names, dog. You know what I'm saying? Was the wrong route run? Was this? Give me the fucking reasoning, bro.
Well, that's what I'm looking to see, Cap. I mean, the last coach
Where's
definitely
the accountability, dog?
was not willing to, tie his wagon to Tua. And we know that this coach came in with that absolute, attachment already in place. I'm wondering if he'll
KP, he didn't
stick
come
to
in
it.
with it. He fucking flew in with it. Remember?
Yeah.
They had a whole production on the phone call. I'm surprised that bitch ain't. Actually, they did show a clip of that and did talk about it at Hard Knocks. It's a whole part of the motherfucking story.
Well, I want to see if this offseason comes early, like it looks like it's going to. I want to see if McDaniel is willing to go down with the boat. He's going to go down with the ship or he's going to jump ship. I think he needs to and he should, given his prospects as a future mind in this league. I mean, I don't know how to hurt him on the loyalty question and all that kind of crap, but he can't allow himself to go down with the ship, man. I mean, I give that guy a quarter. Well, I don't want to speak too prematurely, but I haven't lost full faith in McDaniels.
I haven't either. I haven't
Yeah.
either.
I
do have
they're
questions.
Continue to push this Tua narrative, bro. I have no choice to go hard on McDaniel because it's up to McDaniel to do whatever he needs to do to make it at least look like these people are right about Tua.
Right.
Well, see that's
compromised.
a problem.
That choice at his feet. Stephen Ross told everybody in the public that the next quarterback would be the choice of the incoming head coach, and this is the choice McDaniel made.
Right.
Well, but also, okay, isn't that kind of what he's doing, guys? Isn't he doing that though? By having the Dolphins throw on damn near every possession in the second half and just completely going away from the running game, isn't he trying to prove a fucking point?
Well, you're getting to something that's spot on, Capitan. It is possible that Ross would give a mulligan to McDaniel, like not a mulligan, but like in a case where it's like, okay, obviously everybody was right about Tua, but you still got us 11 wins with that and a chance to win going forward. You've passed the test. Now I will give you the keys to get the right quarterback, get all your people, whatever you need. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, but I just can't get the caveat out of my head that Stephen Ross put out there that the incoming quarterback would be the choice of the head coach.
Color has entered in the Joker card on the table. Didn't even know we could play Jokers in this game, and yet Color drops the Joker and is going to take all the pot in this hand. Color. Stephen Ross. Did he say, hint, want to see if his quarterback could get it done? Was this a high up the ladder call in prime time? He's watching the news. His fucking billionaire buddies are fucking laughing, on their jet. Hey, my quarterback did this in Houston, and you can't.
Like, how are you going to trust a brand new head coach, young head coach, still wet behind the ears with a $300 million quarterback? By making
here's
the deal. $25 million quarterback.
We know homie don't care about spending the money.
No, right. But he doesn't want to spend it foolishly either.
He's already done that. He's already spent it foolishly.
No. What I'm saying is,
I know. I'm agreeing with you. You're saying he's going to be a little bit more reserved.
Listen, if you want and this could be what he put on Flores too, and Flores didn't get it done. Could be the same thing, same deal. If you want a $300 million quarterback, you need to prove that you can win with a $25 million quarterback. Because you're just too young and new to this thing for me to just say, yeah, you're going to be the next Don Shula. Here's a $300 million quarterback. You see what I'm saying?
I'll tell you what. This has legs. If at any point the Dolphins are, 7 to, let's say 10 points ahead with the run game working, and they now are forcing Tua to strike and get this game, I'm dead ass. This literally might be something that's coming from the top down, that maybe Ross, knowing to spend this money, knowing that decisions are coming, is literally demanding to see his product he's about to purchase. I don't know, bro, because I'm not. This is not an excuse for Mike McDaniel, because I think Mike McDaniel got to say fuck you and fuck that. But look what happened to the last guy that said that. Look what happened to the last guy that said fuck you and fuck that. Y'all don't know football. We know he meddles with the fucking game, out there doing the waddle. He be waddling his ass up in the room telling motherfuckers how to do their job, and he can't. He a billionaire. Fuck, boys. We done color again. The Joker card has been played. Holy shit.
Well,
we are in a whole nother discussion now.
You all know my sources. I have always revealed them. Tom Deductive, Dick Reasoning, and Harry Logic.
Well, listen, we have
the three best sources.
We have years of data. We have literally lost picks with some of that data. We know it was Ross's fucking yacht. We know what they did with Brady. We know we didn't believe in him. We know now they brought in a coach to pivot. We know potentially now he is saying, I need to know for certain. I hear what they're saying on TV. I see the fucking local papers and Sun Sentinels. I hear from can the Dolphins win in a big game in a big moment? Can my quarterback do it? Did Ross ask for this? Is that why Mike McDaniel threw caution to the wind? It was going to live and die by the sword at the end? I don't know. If they do it again this week with a lead eerily similar to this, win, great. Fail, and Ross does have something behind this, don't act like he ain't coming in the room. Don't act like he don't say what he wants and goes. Literally, the last coach said, y'all don't know football, fuck you. Oof. Oof. KP.
Go.
10-year contract.
And by the way, I want you to point out that Stephen Ross lives in New York, so you know he's hearing all kind of bullshit.
Oh my fucking God! It's like literally where it's born, the bullshit.
Every NFL insider in the world with some clout probably has access to him, giving them their theory on what that needs to happen. So
guys that are like that are super successful, powerful people. They are 1,000,000% with everything. That includes, most importantly, vanity. Because to even get to that point, you have to be a vain type of person, a feed me want. That's not and it's not a bad thing if you use it for good, and that's a drive. It's a competitive thing, and I'm okay with it. There is the evil part, and that's what everyone always attaches it to. But the point of the conversation I'm saying is that vanity knows what they're saying about his $1.5 billion fucking organization. Okay? One of his biggest assets that he owns. He knows what they're saying. Do you think he doesn't call on that red fucking phone on the field and say some shit to somebody? What do you think the fucking phone's for? Why do you think they have that phone on the sidelines, you morons?
And do y'all think he's calling up commoners and going, hey, Jim, how you doing today? No, he's calling up people in his circles, which are other smart people.
Those are his employees, Color. They're his employees.
So
they're his contemporaries.
He's not calling CB83? He's not calling CB83 to get his opinion?
I doubt he's calling
CB83. Fucking God, dog. No, he's
right about that.
He's calling for the film study, boys. Remember. Jesus Christ. Holy cow. Maybe that's the fucking problem. He's getting the film study from CB83, and we are just off the fucking rails.
I think you hit it, Cap. I think you nailed it. That's the whole problem.
That's the problem. CB83 needs to stop making film. He's ruining this football team.
Yeah, he is.
He's
The one
ruining this
caveat-
football team.
The one caveat I got to add, though, is that, I mean, it could just
hold
be
on,
that.
hold on.
Yeah.
Jimmy Satterfield just nailed it. The red phone is for Batman.
Batman, yeah, Batman.
Jimmy killed it. Damn.
Or most sauces. Anyway, the one caveat that I just keep thinking about, though, is maybe Tua is just he will develop, but he'll develop later on, a la Rich Gannon, Steve Young, one of these guys. But, this team doesn't have that time to wait on him, and that's the shame of it all. I could see him later on down the line getting it and putting it together and becoming an ultimate game manager, field general type. But the problem is this team is poised now.
So, KP, but I think the team maybe potentially could wait. I mean, they could always wait it out. But back to what we were saying with the owner, is that owner going to wait it out?
Right, exactly.
Been waiting a minute now, Dow.
That's right.
Been waiting a minute. Is he going to wait it out? Is he gonna hear from the next mouth? We're going to pay this quarterback X amount of millions of dollars.
Michigan must be winning because Rashad is spamming with Go Blue, and Nene said Ross almost close to glory. So, if Michigan wins the national title, what happens to the Dolphins for the Super Bowl? That'd be amazing.
I keep seeing it all over in the friggin' chat. Oh, he wants Jim Harbaugh, blah 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 blah, Harbaugh. Yeah, we know. I got you. If that's the deal, right?
Yeah,
I'm not happy about that. I'm not happy about it. But I would say this. I would say this.
Our wheels for 2 seasons because he knew this would be the time. I mean, come on, man.
Well, hold on. I'm just saying. Like, listen. If the Dolphins pull the plug on McDaniel, Harbaugh comes in, Tua's gone. That's a done deal.
Listen.
And they trade and all. I'm just saying, if they pull that power move, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it. It's gonna be exciting, but if it you know what I'm saying? Like the whole thing of it is crazy as fuck. So I don't even think they're gonna enter in that realm. And the way they protect their product, the way I see with this bullshit narrative that they do every time I turn around, they're not willing to risk the defacement of their product to do that. That's the only reason why this won't happen. Not because they're not dumb enough to fucking try to pull a fast one to sell tickets and sell some new bullshit ass show. But I'm just saying.
I would say this, Cap. Hang on a second. Rashad, I'm taking full credit for Michigan's winning because if it wasn't for me meeting him in person at a miscellaneous baseball game of my beloved Cubs where he and his football team was in my seat, mind you. They were in me and Stephen D's seats, his whole football team sitting there. So, listen, if we didn't extend him the grace of getting in our seats, they wouldn't have had the luck and the encouragement to go on to win the title.
Are you sure
there you
didn't
go.
Leech off your Miami Dolphins greatness?
I am taking full credit for the Michigan Wolverines' success personally right now. That's what I'm doing. It was him meeting me in person and stealing my seat. And I'll allow his team to sit in my seat, my baseball seat. That's what happened. So there you go, Rashad. Harbaugh doesn't win without me allowing him to sit in my baseball seat.
Crypto's buttocks gave Michigan a championship. God bless you, Crypto.
There you go.
Buns of steel, as they say.
Crypto buttocks for the new trophy.
Soon on TFTGnetwork.com, Crypto Buttocks fragrance coming to you. So make sure you guys pick that up.
Oh, hell no.
Hell yeah. Smell like a winner, it'll say on it. Smell like a winner.
Smell like a winner.
Hell yeah. Smell like a winner.
There we go.
That's it. Crypto Buttocks. Soon available at TFTGnetwork.com. Crypto Buttocks Spray. Smell like a winner. We'll make a commercial, like a fucking Calvin Klein commercial. We'll put crypto on a beach in black and white.
No. Yeah, no. You got to put crypto in the hot tub. eating hot
Right,
dog.
that's what I'm saying.
Fuck
It smells
yeah.
like
With the bubbles.
Yeah.
the
I didn't
fragrance.
even- Good point.
That's what I'm saying.
Crypto.
The fragrance
Hey, Crypto,
smells-
hold on. You know what I
fragrance
need?
smells like-
I need you in a bubble bath, right?
Right.
And it's like not in black and white, but when they like dull out all the coloring and it's just candles around and you got one of your feet hanging up out like this, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Out the bath and you're sitting there and you're just
and there's a rubber ducky floating by.
Yep, rubber ducky. And you know what? Even in a way where like just not your mouth is showing, just your nose and eyes are floating up
Right.
above.
And the
We'll play
fragrance-
around with that idea. That's got legs, KP.
and-
Good
and the
job.
Exactly.
The fragrance will smell like bubble baths and hot dogs.
The new fragrance.
Oh man. So all right, guys. Let's again. We've gone the Ross narrative. Wow, we're gonna need to drill that one, boys. I'm gonna be watching.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be
and
watching.
By the way, we're watching you, Florio. Don't even try it.
Oh yeah, Florio's being
fuck
on.
color.
Yeah,
That is exactly the fucking
Florio's
shit
down.
Florio fucking
Florio.
sacks us with. Everybody right now, hit the like button.
Yep.
Clip this last take with the Ross thing, because I promise you, this is the exact
next
shit
4 days,
Florio
you will hear
fucking comes out.
Florio saying the
You will hear
same
Florio talking about Ross in all this
Yeah.
narrative now. Done
Good
fucking
catch,
deal.
yeah.
He
Holy
might
shit,
wait
great
till after the
catch.
KC game if the worst happens, right? He
It's
might wait till
listen,
our
no
season
matter
is
what
done.
color, I guarantee it's coming.
Oh,
in
it
the
absolutely is.
in the
Make
next
sure y'all are paying attention to Florio and watch him say the same thing we're saying right now.
if it doesn't come this week, it comes if and whenever the Dolphins lose. That's it. Done deal. So if it doesn't come before
Florio's got
the
it.
next game, whenever the Dolphins lose in the playoffs, or fucking maybe it never comes up because they win the Super Bowl. I don't foresee that happening, but whatever. This is
Florio's
happening.
intern is in here right now, and he just went, "Damn it, these guys!"
I seen his
Just-
fucking
we
ass.
just
We've worked our way down to 123 in just a second ago. It said 124. Oh nope, he's gone.
He's gone. Yep.
That's because I busted. That's because I
He's
busted.
fucking gone.
Y'all better
Fucking
get out of here.
Florio.
He
Started
got
to
caught
burn.
red-handed. He was caught
Motherfucker.
red-handed.
Fuckers. So let's end the evening on a little Tyreek, okay? Because I'm not making an excuse for Tyreek, because I said champion in a way at who's the fucking leader on this team. And listen, I want it to be the quarterback, but if it's not going to be, it's got to be Tyreek, and it's got to be with catches that he dropped in this game.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? It's got to be with catches he dropped in this game. And there is a little something where I get he's been playing injured, but I don't give a fuck. Okay? I don't care. I don't like it when every time it seems like somebody drops a play or does a bad play, they'll kind of hitch in their step. You know what I'm saying? Like don't play up the bullshit with me, dog. And don't think to yourself, again, if that's the case and you're thinking to yourself in your head, favoring this, wondering, whatever, after dropping footballs, if dropping footballs because your ankle is happening, then get the fuck off the field and do the better thing. Be that leader to this fucking team.
Right.
But lead.
One
Don't
thing's
fucking
for
give me
certain.
excuses.
One thing's for certain: 7 degrees should help with any soreness.
Maybe.
I don't
Definitely
know.
helping
That's
with
the kind of
swelling.
cold therapy they want.
Yeah. Again, I know
That cold
my
therapy
knee
is not
hurts
pleasant.
when it's cold. So
Mm.
The saving grace is Tyreek Hill has plenty of experience playing in that environment. So, I mean, the last time I was there, I saw him run a touchdown on us. So, yeah, definitely, Shelby, definitely. Definitely. They put the T on, and I had to stop and say, whoa, 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 make it Trojans.
damn.
Holy shit.
What'd you say, Shake?
Oh, damn. Trojans.
Trojans.
USC Trojans.
Mm.
So
No,
again,
Lake Worth
Tyreek.
Trojans.
Mm.
Again,
But
any
all
ball
Trojans
hits
are Trojans.
Tyreek in the hands, I want to see him catch.
Mm-hmm.
But let's not act like Tua didn't have some wild ass throws there at some times too.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not trying to bring it back to Tua. I'm trying to, you know, we did the Tua, we did the Mike McDaniel. Fuck it, brought us to the Ross. Trying to end this on Tyreek, and it's hard to sit here and come at Tyreek when he's done so much.
Exactly,
you know
man. I mean,
that's the thing, KP.
look, Tyreek is like the prize Ferrari in your garage. You know, when you bring that bitch out, you taking it to South Beach, you hitting the highways, going 100 miles per hour. But when you start using it every day to go to the damn store, to go to the damn post office, you're not using that Ferrari right. and I'm not gonna be surprised when the Ferrari starts to break down every now and then. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And you get it back on the highway, and you go to dump the gas, and that bitch coughs a couple times. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But, you know, it's supposed to be a game changer, and Tyreek is a game changer. And he's blown games off the doors several times in his short stint here with Miami over the last couple of seasons. And he'll continue to do that as long as he's healthy. Right now, he's not healthy. Just had a family tragedy. So if anything, I know it's a poor excuse, and it is an excuse. It is a fucking excuse. I mean, I'm willing to give him grace based on that at this point, because this is a guy who's done it in the past. I don't have a doubt that he's a dog and that he will get the job done when given the chance.
That's the thing. Like, you know he's a dog, and you know what he's done.
Right.
But, you know,
I'd like to see him catch those passes, you know.
I'm keeping the same energy, right?
Yeah.
Because Tua's had his injuries. Tua's been a dog in some games. Tua's put up numbers. Every yard Tyreek Hill's got in the passing game, Tua got too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I expect my Tua Tagovialoa to Tyreek Hill connection when it hits him in the hands. Bro, you're not fucking helping us out, man. And that's bullshit.
Cap,
that's
did you all
bullshit.
play the Instagram video of Tyreek walking off the field after the game last night?
I did see the clip where he's like, I can't believe this happened. Is that what you're talking about?
No, he was walking off just like in pure disgust. Like as soon as the interception happened, he didn't even say nothing to nobody and started walking to the locker room.
Oh yeah,
like,
I seen that. I seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit of controversy associated with that, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? You want to be the guy in the big moments, then fucking be that guy in big moments. If you were the leader, you would have said, "I ain't coming on this goddamn field."
Well,
and then you would have made them throw the ball and catch it. But guess what?
The play before the interception, Tua tried to force it to him between three guys, and he took a pretty good lick. I think he left the field with a little bit of an injury, and then the very next play, Tua throws the INT. So I don't know. He may have walked off for injury concerns. I don't know, but I know he took a pretty good lick the play before the interception. So, you know.
I don't know, man. Again, where was he rallying the offense and making plays long before that shit happened? You know?
Well,
I'm not saying he didn't do nothing, but
he made an amazing jump ball catch for about 30 yards in a crucial first down with three guys draped on him and taking a big hit.
That's true.
People forget that one. They want to harp on the drop, but they're like, that was a crucial first down right there.
Listen, we can't argue Tyreek does his thing, but it obviously wasn't enough of no fucking thing. You feel me? Like, it obviously wasn't enough.
Well, I just see it as one guy can only do so much, because when you're utilizing one guy that heavily, his great plays get magnified, but also his bad plays get magnified that much more too. Because we're all relying on him, and he failed us. So that's what everybody has the instinct to go at this morning was, oh, well, if Tyreek would have caught that one pass the whole game, it would have changed everything. Bullshit. We were not even in that game last night without Tyreek Hill. We're not even in it because there's simply nobody else to throw to or that they're willing to throw to. You think 3 catches to Smythe would have got us 14 points?
I know Smythe would have caught him. That's for goddamn sure is what I do know, Color. That's what I do know.
Well,
like Smythe ain't dropped the pass in 4 weeks, dog. I heard Smythe ain't dropped the pass in fucking 4 weeks, dog. That's what I heard.
according to some of these other Dolphin content producers, everybody other than Tyreek and like a little bit of Waddle are trash anyway. They're all trash except for Tyreek and Waddle. This is the kind of narrative that our so-called content experts constantly peddle around here, which is bullshit, just to be clear. So, you know, it is what it is, man.
You know what? Smythe did catch a pass on that final drive, too. 6-yard pass for first down. Hold on. Just give me a second. In the fourth quarter, Tyreek Hill, Tua threw the ball 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, right? One of which was the interception. So 6 times he threw the ball. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those 6 times were to Tyreek. Okay? They did complete one of them, but it was negated by a 10-yard penalty on, I don't know, it doesn't say here. One was incomplete, so one a penalty was taken back, 1 incomplete, 2 incomplete, 3 incomplete. So 3 incomplete passes and 1 negated by a penalty on the 4 targets in the final 2 drives that the Dolphins had in the fourth quarter.
Right. He was 7 for 13, so he only had 5 drops total. You're saying 3 of them came in the fourth quarter.
4 of them. 4 of them came.
4 of them, which tells you what? They were not going to let Tyreek Hill beat them in the fourth quarter.
But again, Tyreek
we have
Hill,
to adjust to that.
Tyreek Hill's got to make some of them catches, and Mike McDaniel has to get away from it, and Tua has to fucking utilize somebody else. I mean, let's see where the other targets went. Okay? So
I'm saying is McDermott said before the game, if there's any quarter in this game we are not going to let Tyreek Hill beat us, it's that one. And it worked. I mean, look, people are talking about all day how we got away from the run, right?
So Chase Claypool in those final 2 drives got one of those pass attempts. That was caught for a 3-yard pass.
Well,
and then the other 2 passes that were caught. Let's see. Oh wait, Tyreek Hill did catch one of those passes. My fault.
I think one went to Cedric Wilson. That was incomplete.
No, that's all of the fourth quarter. I'm just taking the final 2 drives. One went to Smythe, one went to Hill and caught, and one went to Tyreek Hill. Or excuse me, what's his name? Fuck, I just said his fucking name. Chase Claypool. I keep forgetting his fucking name, bro. He's got to do more if he wants me to remember him. I don't think he cares. But again, both other targets against other players were completed, while the rest of the passes went to Tyreek Hill, and only one was completed.
But
the final pass that was intercepted was targeting to Chase Claypool, as you know.
Right. People are complaining that we got away from the run and whatnot, but again, we had 173 yards passing and 108 yards rushing. How did we get away from the run? I know situationally, we stopped running in the fourth quarter, but again, that's just them deciding they're not going to let us beat them with the run, because they had, they had 36 carries for 128 yards. Now, granted, 15 of those for 67 came from their quarterback. We had 20 carries for 108 yards. Okay. On the quarterback stat line, they had 30 receptions for 359 yards and a 12.0 average. We had 17 receptions for 173 yards and a 10.2 average. So we had on 27 targets. So we passed the ball 7 whole times more than we ran it.
Mm-mm.
So what people don't understand is we didn't just get away from the run in the second half. We didn't have the ball in the second half enough to do anything with it.
We had it for 5 minutes and 30 seconds in total time in the second half, Color. We already went over this.
Right.
That
so
is
I'm
terrible.
pretty sure these people that are talking about we only ran the ball 3 times, what they're not telling you is how many
They
plays
only had-
we ran at all in the second half.
Yeah, what we have? Fucking 12 plays?
Right,
No, more
exactly.
than
They're
that,
not
but
giving you the full spectrum.
18 plays or some shit. Again, though,
Right. How many
both
total
of those,
plays did we run?
Both interceptions that Tua threw were passes outside the numbers or at the numbers. And that's a narrative that I've heard literally defensive coordinators say. I've heard head coaches say. I've heard defensive players say. I've heard NFL athletes say. And there's something that I hear, especially from the defensive side of the ball. They don't want to hear. You know what I hear when they say this about the defensive side of the ball? They don't play quarterback. They don't know. No, bro, they don't need to know quarterback. They need to know how to beat quarterbacks. And they're saying this. And something I hear a lot is you force Tua to make plays outside the numbers, and he can't do it. And that one read outside the numbers, they're going to get you on.
Right. And the other thing is about the time of possession in the second half. Once they took the lead, okay, we decided, okay, at that point, given that we're going 3 and out over and over again, they take the lead and they said, okay, well, we won't let them run the ball. We're going to make them pass it. And so what we did was we said, okay, our average yards to gain on the ground was 5.4. Our average gain in the passing game was 10.2. Right? So all they did was say, now that we're down a touchdown and we need to get the ball down the field quicker because we haven't been thus far, we're going to take the averages. So they started passing the ball. Now, Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions on 13 targets for an 11.7 average. Their third wide receiver, arguably wide receiver 4, but we'll call him the third because that's the role he had last night. 8 targets, 7 receptions. I'm sorry, 6 targets, 6 receptions, 105 yards, and a 17.5 yard average.
Color killing them with the numbers, boy.
Even with their lesser receiver last night, Stephon Diggs, 8 targets, 7 receptions, 12.4 yards per reception, 87 yards. He still got his 87. So Tyreek got his 82. Where's our guy to get his 105? Is that Waddle? No. Well, maybe. But remember, Dalton Kincaid, 8 targets, 7 receptions, 84 yards. Durham Smythe, 3 targets, 3 receptions, 30 yards. Can you spot the problem? Just like the tweet I made earlier, illustrating the same stats. Can you spot the problem? Their guy that had 100% catch rate last night got 8 targets and 105 yards. Our guy that had 100% catch rate last night got 3 targets for 3 receptions and 30 yards. Can you spot the problem?
Look, man, Color, I know you're talking about doing a show tomorrow.
It's Mike White's fault. He's not competitive enough in practice.
If you could, Color, I'd like you to write down some stuff. I'd like you to do some fact checking on this game. If you could. Snap counts. I'm looking at it. There was, 15, something like that, like 19 snaps, 19 attempts, including punts in the second half for the Dolphins. 3 of which were punts. One was an interception, so it's obviously a pass. So if we take away the 3 punts, that brings us down to 16. We had 3 rushing attempts only in the second half. Is that what it is? So then we had a remainder of passing attempts. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a delve in with these snaps and where things are in these numbers that are really going to kill a lot of shit, bro. It is. And I know you're on it. I just would like some snap counts along with it. There's a way to really murder this point that you're putting together here. Lou said, check the text chat, guys. Is it something that I can't see it? I'm using my phone. But is it something you need to say, or is it something we need to keep?
Yeah, he's showing that Berrios and Smith were wide open on that.
They had crossing. They had underneath in both breaking routes. One coming from the right, one coming from the left, and both had their men beat inside. Could have taken either one of them when he threw that interception to Claypool. Absolutely.
That last play didn't say that was a Mike McDaniel issue.
No, that's what. Well, listen, that's why maybe I'm going a little harder on Tua than the rest of the gang because of that. That's the end result I gotta fucking deal with, along with the second half. But listen, Tyreek Hill has his fair share of blame.
Yes,
McDaniel has his fair share of blame. Tua has his fair share of blame.
Right.
Win as a team,
at the end of the day,
and as a fan,
the stars will align. We had a shot on one last possession.
Again, I'm giving McDaniel a little bit more deference. Second year, dialed up some good plays at times, whatever. I'm giving Tyreek Hill some deference. Motherfucker's won a Super Bowl. He's been, he's MVP candidates, Pro Bowls. Chasing after records that make it seem like he can get them how great he's playing. Okay? And then Tua, if we're compiling
it's almost
the
like
data
those
and
Pro Bowl
excuses,
numbers should have never came out. Them Pro Bowl announcements should have never came out.
This has been Tua's best season. But that's the taste I got to have in my mouth about him. And I need more proven I'm not giving excuses to the other two. Listen, Mike McDaniel's ass could fucking have a foot up his ass and out this building next year. And shit, it might not even take that long. He could fail this bitch and we could get rid of him mid-season. And we see coaches mid-season get cut all the time. We don't see, what?
I'm sorry. Somebody just said that Dalton Kincaid is far better than Durham Smythe. So I just pulled up Dalton Kincaid's stat line for this year, and it made me even sicker, dude. Mm-hmm. And no, Dalton Kincaid is not that much better than Durham Smythe. Younger.
Dalton Kincaid is pretty good. He's a little lighter, a little faster, and a little bit more dynamic.
They're actually identical other than targets, which Dalton Kincaid gets a lot more of.
So I would say then he's just faster. He's not identical. I know on field, on tape, he's faster and has a little bit more dynamicness to him.
You can say younger and more potential going forward.
We're not looking at him and saying Kelsey, even like they said on the broadcast last night. I know a lot of you guys didn't watch it because you were at the game, but on the broadcast, they were like, this guy is Kelsey-esque. I was like, oh, my God, shut the fuck up.
For the people that think that increased targets for Smythe
that was a lot of embellishment going on there.
For people that think that increased targets for Smythe will lower his catch rate, you're wrong because he's had plenty more sample size. And his freaking career is consistently 85%, 82%, blah, blah, blah. His career catch percentage in 6 seasons now is 77.9%.
So here's the thing, Color, and you're getting ready to hammer home the final point I wanted to put is that we take a longer term of data. Color can prove what he's saying because he's not just using a single season sample size as the Tuaneers want to use and then put absolute any and every human possible caveat anyone could dream of for all other time as if we're supposed to pretend it didn't exist and that we're now in the Mike McDaniel era in year 2. and that ain't the fact. Okay, and the reason I was so pissed and going turn up isn't Tua, it isn't Mike McDaniel, it isn't fucking Stephen Ross. Well, sometimes it is with Stephen Ross and the organization as a whole using the fan base to sell hopium and fucking cuck you idiots. My anger is with the fan base. That's been my drilled home point. It's with you guys who are short-sighted, simple-minded dumbasses that create narratives of absolute fantasy to make yourself feel better.
I love Raphael. He knows me so well because
Yeah,
he's not actually a gotcha questioning me here. He knows that I know the answer. Okay, yards after catch. Durham Smythe 10.5.
yeah. Homie's a fucking beast.
10.5. Dalton Kincaid.
That's his career. That's his career, right?
No, that's this year.
Oh, okay.
His career is 9.6.
Yeah, exactly. It stays around the same
Dalton
number.
Kincaid,
He's been a
1 year
model of
sample size.
consistency, Durham Smythe.
Okay. Dalton Kincaid, 1 year sample size, 9.2.
Yeah. Dalton Kincaid.
Do we want to go
as good as
catch rate? Durham Smythe this season, 81.4%. Career 77.9. Dalton Kincaid, 1 year sample size, 80.2%. Yards per target. Durham Smythe, 7.4 on his career, 8.5 this year. Dalton Kincaid, 1 year sample size. Whoa, 7.4. Exactly what Durham Smythe's career catch yards per target is. Success rate. Durham Smythe, 72.1%, 64.6 on his career. Success rate, Dalton Kincaid, 1 year sample size, 61.5%.
All right, Color, we get the point.
Need I continue?
No, I don't think. I think Color has just completely obliterated the Kincaid-Kelsey comparison, along with making the most boldest. Hold on. The most boldest of case
in the long
Smythe
run, he
is
obliterates
him.
Kelsey with. So
Smythe
Kelsey
is
is light years away from Kincaid.
Again, here's the thing, guys.
If we're
getting off topic, boys. I'm closing this bit. Stop.
I believe he would come close to even Kelsey in our system. Yes.
All right.
All you got to do is throw him the damn ball.
Again, Color, that would have been great, but that's not what they want to see. Stephen Ross called down on the fucking bat phone and said, I want to see the Dolphins put on the show. Ball into his hand and push it down the field. I need answers to questions. Word on the street. Anyhow, guys, that's the end of the show. That's it. We will continue to dissect, look for Color to continue to dissect with the most logical amount of analysis. And what did you say? What did you call it again, KP? Expert analysis?
Statistical analysis.
Statistical analysis.
Qualitative research, not quantitative. Qualitative.
Qualitative research. I like that too. We might put that on a fucking shirt with Color's logo on it. Write that down, Color. Anyhow, this ability of these fans to take numbers and fight back, we can fight that battle too. And as Color will point out, he'll body fools all day. We need to have honest conversations about honest feelings, about real solutions to the real problems. And these fans need to stop laying down for whatever narrative that they can cook up for excuse making. It's got to stop.
Oh yeah, it's in high gear these next weeks.
It's got to stop.
No,
It's
I
got to
want
stop.
to give Mike McDaniel because I always like to give credit. I would like to end for myself. I always like to end things with a compliment instead of the critique. And if I were to give credit to Mike McDaniel for something last night, he didn't run a damn fade route.
No, he
He
did not.
finally gets it. He is a mathematician. Holy
I don't know.
shit.
That fade route might be pretty dope if it was to fucking Claypool. Just saying, if I was going to want to see the fade route to anybody, I kind of want to see it to Claypool, but hey, whatever. Anyhow, KP.
Given to
Crypto,
the
go
lack of
ahead.
production on offense, he didn't really have a chance to run it.
Yeah, but
That's
out of those
true.
bunch formations, when they put 8 in the box, man, yeah, man, Claypool on a fly route, a fade route, man, dump it over the top, man. At least once, man. Show it to them. Break that shell. But we never did it. We never tried, so. Anyway, guys, we got one more chance coming up on Saturday night.
Yep. Hey, listen, could be a whole different story next Monday, KP.
Yeah. So I'm gonna reserve, my full ammunition. I've just had a good time today, challenging all these fake content producers and Twitter producers, and a lot of them kicked me out immediately because they're extra touchy and sensitive.
You and Ken K Mac was going after.
He's really touchy these days, isn't he?
Oh, listen, he is a sexual. If that he is head point
go
to
ahead
a
and
sexual.
call Baker then level 2 because I'm obviously committable. And here's the thing, you're like, so everybody realize people make fun of crypto bringing up gaslighting and all that. Level 2 noob is literally trying to convince me that I'm insane right now. That is the definition of gaslighting. Thank you.
Yeah, level 2 noob, an absolute gaslighter from way back when.
Level 2 just rocks it, bro. He's got a great avatar. Man. This is awesome.
I know, it's fucking Skylar Thompson on the fucking.
I ain't crying, level 2. I respect your game. Don't worry.
Shake, you got a final thought, Shake?
Oh yeah. I would definitely like to thank the Buffalo Bills fans who took time out of their busy day, coloring their placemat they got at Denny's to come from us. And also, Ross school has more playoff wins and more championships than his professional team. Thank you. That is all.
Fuck. Color, when can we expect this stat extravaganza to unleash
bro,
itself?
it could all flow from the head. To tell you the truth, bro.
Color from the hip could just fucking old Western style. Bang, bang, bang.
I mean, it's just
what you got to say? What you got to say? Stupid to an ear. Bam, bam, bam. What you got to say about
not just after last night, but culminating in last night. It's just
Color. The data is complete now for the season.
Football team for the
Color,
last.
Everything's in the books now for the regular season.
The data is complete in the season, along with past season data, and that's the thing that nobody wants to talk about. There is
the
something
trend,
called
the true
patterns.
trend.
The true trend.
Right.
All right, guys. That's it for the show. Hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. If you got anything else you want to say on this amazing show I thought we put together, appreciate all the boys coming through. Shake, Color, Crypto, KP, even Lou is here for the first half of the show. Shout out to the team. Let us know in the comment sections at the end of the video. And we'll see you guys with some more shit because it is playoff Dolphins football. Fins up, everybody.